Warning. The following show features reviews from wildly unprofessional critics operating without the supervision of professionals. The thoughts and opinions held by these individuals are not to be taken seriously and do not come from a place of intellectual integrity. This show doesn't reflect the opinions of Criticless or its users. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's time to finally stop the constant flood of filth and propaganda coming out of Hollywood. Fill the airwaves 24/7 with that garbage. We gonna do the same thing.
I'm still here, you shit eaters.
What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Hello. And welcome to another episode of Criticless Cast, Unhinged. We are back and ready to rock. This is the last episode before Christmas. We found out that next Thursday is Christmas, so we probably won't be here. But I am excited that we are finishing off our Christmas reviews talking about Krampus, the greatest Christmas film ever made. I'm confident about it. I'm completely and totally confident that that is a fact, and no one can tell me any differently ever. But I, in all seriousness, I am very excited because I've pushed like all 10 shows that I'm on to talk about this movie, and everyone keeps turning me down. So we do it here. We do it on this show. But yeah, I hope that all of you guys got to check it out and watch it, and we will be talking about it in a little while. But this is, you know, it's going to be the show per usual, and I do need to introduce my usual Spud Specs, the fellers. What's going on, Mr. Matt Verlack?
What's up, everybody?
Did I throw you off?
No. I was expecting. I just took a sip of my beer and I had a feeling. I took a sip and I was like, I'll take a small sip because I think Blaine is going to throw a curveball today and try to catch me off guard.
Yeah,
but I'm not caught that easy. Not caught that every.
I'm gonna get you.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for being here. Happy and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yeah, and Chris, what's going on, buddy?
Hello, greetings. Just hanging out, man.
Yeah, chat. Y'all let us know. Look at Chris. Let's get the camera on Chris here. Let's get it on. Does Chris? Is he starting to look Middle Eastern? Matt,
It's okay. Yeah, look.
Really work.
I've recently got off the no-fly list.
Yeah.
It's my failed attempt of a beard. It always just goes straight out.
On the
he's
list.
like he's working on his like alpaca, the alpaca thing that all the youths have these days.
Yeah.
And then you got the beard thing, and so I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Full blown Middle Eastern alpaca.
Yeah.
I want to see you shave your head. I've never seen you with like short hair.
Dude, I had buzzed hair for like all the way up until I got the helmet.
Right.
In late middle school. So
it's been a long time. See, you need to.
It has been a while.
That's why I told Sid, I'm like, I'm to the point. I just really want to mix it up. I want to like buzz my head, grow a beard, have like a buzz head and beard combo. Like,
there you go.
Mix it up so that
I'm
no one
close to being at that point just because of like balding.
I was going to say you're not going to have any hair left soon. So.
And my older brothers both went through this, and they both just at some point did that. They were just like, well, we're just going to shave our heads and go bearded.
Right.
And I'm like getting closer and closer to that every day.
That was like the other day. I called him and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting my hair cut. I was like, oh, I'm proud of you. You're still able to do that. You're good job.
Still able to waste $25. Very nice.
Right. Exactly. But they should give you a discount for back here since they don't have to cut as much.
Oh, yeah. It's like 5 minutes in the chair. I'm like, okay, this should be like $5.
Yeah.
Right.
That's some high pay.
Yeah. Well, I think Chris isn't going to have to deal with that. He won't be bald. He'll just still be very hairy and gray. So.
I think I'm probably going to have to deal with like the Captain Picard. I think I'm going to go that route. I'll just shave just the middle, keep the sides.
That's like with mine. I'm just worried that my hair is gonna like recede all the way back.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna have a peninsula
island.
yeah,
It'll be the
big peninsula.
Mr. T.
Right.
Yeah.
It might be that. I'll probably just pivot to a full mohawk at that point.
Do it.
like, and just
Just a permanent mohawk.
Skullhawk?
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that what that's called?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, guys, we're back and ready to chat some Krampus, and actually we are going to chat a little bit if anyone is curious about Avatar 3, because I just got out of the movie theater. I took my kids and we went to check it out because I'm probably going to be dropping a video. I haven't done like a legit like movie video on the channel in a while, so I'm going to do one. It will be interesting just being the sequel and how weird that franchise is in general. It's like people are all over the place. I don't even know how to judge people's opinions on Avatar anymore. So
Yeah. And it's one of those movies, because I haven't seen the second, and the first one I did not see until like 5 years ago. And I feel like it's one of those franchises where people either go in it going like, I'm going to really like this because I really like the world and the concepts, or people are just like, meh, I don't know. Because I was looking at the Criticless reviews earlier, and they're all kind of meh. But it could just be that they just aren't too excited about it. I didn't go to compare their other reviews, and I'll be curious, like your thoughts on the movie.
Yeah. I'll definitely let you know. Also, I just realized my child stole my computer charger, and I might be having a dead computer.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, Matt,
We're just gonna do the old switchers.
we're
Yeah.
just going to keep alternating who has power so that we can keep this show on the road. But
Yeah, you took it from the computer that needs it.
right, is that one charged? I hope that one is.
Yes,
Or
we have a
screwed.
charge.
Okay.
We have a full charge for now, people.
Okay, well, guys, if we go dark, just know that it's because my son stole all of my power cables. So, all right, guys, I think we need to do what we usually do with kicking off this show. You know, the thing that everyone comes here for, the most popular segment in all of podcasting. And of course, I can't do it because I think I am. What has happened to StreamYard? What's happened? What's going on? Beardo went on a rant. He full screened himself yesterday on Bro Science and cussed out StreamYard for like 5 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it was
Good
great.
job.
He was like, "I hope you're watching. You know, go screw
You
yourself."
need me to do it?
No, I got it working. They've just changed things. So, you know, freaking StreamYard. Anyways, like I said, the thing. We're gonna do the thing. But before we dig into Culture for Boomers, I need to do the most important part of this show, which is say hello to the chat, to say what's up to all of you guys. We see you in there, and the chat was busy and happening before we even got rolling. I see Faye Thomas in here, MCampU fan. We got Sin's Corner. Hello, Sin. How you doing? And Maester P. We got my wife, Miss Criticless, Scaviola. Subtle Decency, everybody's in here. Caveat Ties, what's going on, buddy? And Beach Dad, there's a bunch of y'all. I probably
Well,
missed some
Beach
people.
Dad's trying to watch the movie right now. He says
Yeah.
there's 30 minutes left. I'm like, all right, dude.
You've got
30
time.
minutes?
You've
Yeah,
got time. I see JB Spooky in here, and we'll try and pop up y'all's comments when we
Yeah,
can.
John Raymond's in the house. Hey,
John
John.
Raymond's in here?
Yeah.
Where is John Ray?
Yeah. Happy belated birthday, John.
What, John? Dude, happy birthday. I know I've been MIA a little bit and been telling everybody, you know, I've been off grid, but happy birthday, buddy, and glad to see you here in the chat. But I do have a 10 from Quagmire here. Quagmire, this guy, he's like a boil on my ass.
I don't think he likes your opinions very much.
You know, we love him, but he's like a hemorrhoid. You know, we've just gotten accustomed to, you know, just used to it. But we kind of like, we wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Being this pain in our ass.
No
you know?
preparation H around here.
The rest right.
We like to keep those hemorrhoids round.
That's right. Exactly. So Quagmire for 10 says, your hate for Bale Batman makes me sick. Well, you know what? Maybe Christian Bale should have done a better job at being Batman, I guess. Maybe that's what should have happened. I just, I wish, you know, I'm going to go back. I really will. And that second movie was phenomenal. There's no
What
denying.
if?
Yeah.
We haven't done this yet before.
Okay.
What if we did 3 weeks of Batman and we watched all 3 movies,
Right.
one a week?
Okay.
That would force all of us to go back and opine on them.
Right. It would.
Maybe the new year we could start off
Right. Do
something
some
like that.
Batmans.
Just talk about Batman.
Right.
I
Chris,
don't know.
how long has it been since you've seen those?
It's been a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, a few years for sure.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
I also enjoyed them, so I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Right. Well, the third one is dog shit. That movie is a bad movie.
I haven't seen it in so long, I can't even remember what it's about.
I remember, and I will say, I've only seen it once, but I know a lot of people share this opinion. Yeah. It was one of those things where I remember watching it and just being actively mad and then leaving the theater just being like, fuck this movie. Like,
I wonder,
really dislike it.
Going in with a different mindset, not because that's one of those things, if you go in knowing, okay, I didn't like this movie previously, maybe I'll have a better outtake this time. Maybe you'll like warm up to it. Because I remember not really liking it, but not hating it, not really liking it.
Right.
But then I watched it, or it was on TV or something a couple years ago, and I was like, this isn't the worst. Now I know what to expect.
Right.
Then I was like, okay,
right,
not the worst.
Is that the Bane one?
Do what?
Is that Bane?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was born in the dark.
A lot of memes. Great memes.
It was very memeable, at the very least. So at least kudos for that. But
definitely not the best Catwoman, I can tell you that. Love Anne Hathaway, not as Catwoman.
No. She was not the best Catwoman. She was barely.
I don't love Anne Hathaway.
I don't either.
Hate it. I mean, hate to say it. I don't hate her, but I
don't get the Anne Hathaway hyper praise.
Like, I'm sure she's talented, sure. I just don't, and I don't know. Doesn't do it for me. Not a fan.
See what happens when you're a boil on Blaine's butt.
Right. Yeah, Quagmire's back. He says, you guys are watching Batman Begins and Dark Knight is not my intention. It's just to be a pain, like you said. Yeah, that is spot on, but we love it. We wouldn't have it any other way, Quagmire. He's been heckling the guys on Bro Science to also watch heavy metal. So
okay.
He's working on them as well. So that might be
do it. You can do it.
Right. It might be a manly AF movie at some point. So all right, let's get going here with these the culture for boomers, because boom booms have got to be knowing what's happening in the internet world. Now, there's honestly not a ton of cultural stuff. We have weeks where it's like there'll be a big boom where there's like 30 things happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to know about all this. And then it'll be like a lull for a couple weeks. We're in that lull, so there's just funny things happening and whatever. But I do want to bring up, and we've got to return to it because we've done it here and there, is Mr. Fantasy. Now, if anybody's been keeping up with this channel, they know I was one of the first people on the planet to recognize Mr. Fantasy, his greatness, what's happening, and he has just continued to explode and get bigger and bigger. But one of the weirdest little facets to Mr. Fantasy's lore is that he's obsessed with James Franco. And he's been just deeply, deeply obsessed with him. Okay. He talked about him in like his first video, and he's like, if there's anyone I want to meet James Franco. Well, a while back, he did a video with James Franco.
Nice.
He had him on the phone. And so for everybody that's a little lost with this Mr. Fantasy thing, if you've missed these weeks, Mr. Fantasy is a made-up character that has done multiple albums, and it's the guy who played Archie on Riverdale, and he dresses like a weird, ugly Brit with terrible teeth and bad hair, but he's just this lovable guy, and he says weird shit. And
he's also weirdly like famous enough that he was in the Macy Day Parade.
Oh yeah,
on a float.
Yeah. And I will say, I am quite sure, almost 100% sure, that I am the first person to ever mention him on X, because I was in like the first, like couple hundred people that realized what was happening, and then it exploded. So
I need to get you some gold stars. I need to keep some by me so I can just hand them out.
It's kind of like there should be like a, how like people have like the Alex Jones was right like jar, where they're like, or like a, whatever, where they're. You don't know what I'm talking about, Chris?
No,
Matt, do you know what I'm talking about?
Jones was right.
I mean, I gathered from what you said.
Right.
Yes.
It's a meme thing.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. Like, it's just whenever Alex Jones is right, but it's like with culture, and when I see something coming, like we need like a Blaine was right about this culture.
Blaine saw it coming.
It is, yeah.
That's the name of the jar.
Yeah.
That's Blaine saw it coming jar. Jar. We could just call it jar.
That sounds...
Nope. I thought it was pretty good branding. Blaine's cum jar. Coming up next.
And
why are you gay?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. There's that. So, all right. So, Mr. Fantasy, this video just dropped, and check it out.
Going to see James.
Oh, there we go.
Joining for Christmas. There's a pet stall there. John, should we get him a fish? Brilliant. Oh, we got him a fish. James Franco.
He's getting old. James is getting old.
A fish. Yes, for you.
Wow.
And another gift for you, James.
Brilliant.
So I thought maybe we could wear them together.
Aging well, though. Good for him.
Photo.
Yeah.
One more time, big smile. Yeah, you like this, okay? Good.
Like this?
Okay, look at here. Good, okay. Your hand. Look at here.
Hold on, give me a second.
Big smile, salty. Make a happy. Good, okay.
Like that?
Yeah, good.
Really? I've never stood this
Good,
way in my
okay.
life.
No, smile.
Wait, I'm smiling.
Don't smile, James.
Funny, good. Damn.
Okay.
Good, like this. Look at here, look at here. More sexy, okay?
This is a sexy photo?
More
What's
sexy.
going on in that mind of yours?
One more time, big smile.
Just dudes being dudes, you
No
know.
photo ever been taken like this in the history of photos. He's my Mr.
Thank you, Tom.
and Mr. Fantasy.
Oh,
Tom,
Miss
I love you
James.
so much.
What's this?
It's a bag full of gifts
Oh, shit.
for you. The first week ice cream. That one looks great. Thank you.
I just can't believe he got it.
How's your birthday cake?
I haven't tried it
know.
yet, James.
Try it, baby.
He dresses like my grandpa.
That smile.
does.
That's that
Yeah,
big,
I didn't
big
know it was
smile.
him. I thought it was like a prank. Like, it wasn't really him.
It says me, you, together. Your smile is perfection. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant Christmas. Mr. Fantasy, my hand. For James Franco, actor.
Sniff that.
This is specifically for me.
I'd like you to smell like that. Pump it, pump it, pump it.
It's just so absurd, the whole thing. But I'm elated and so happy to see James Franco back. Like
Yeah, because he was literally funny in a couple things he said, and
Right.
it just like takes me right back to like the old days of like James Franco being the funny guy. And there's just something about him that's just endearing, and his brother has it too. Like they both have that same like endearing kind of like quality to him.
right. I just love him. He's just a gentle, sweet soul, and we all need James Franco back. So I hope that Mr. Fantasy is the reason that we truly get,
Has he been gone? I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought
They
he was done
canceled
something
the shit out of
recently.
him.
Oh,
They
really?
nuked him off the face of the planet.
Yeah, I had to during the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
he got nuked.
Basically,
long time ago.
He
I
was
was
a
like-
college professor for a little while. And
Uh,
he was basically like boning a bunch of students. But it was
James Franco
yeah.
was a college professor.
Yes.
Fucking students.
Yes. You didn't know it either.
Where the? I already know the answer to that question.
In a hole.
Yeah, my rock. It was really nice and warm. I guess that's crazy. I've
Yeah.
never heard that in my life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Huh.
And so they like came out and tried to cancel him, but it's like y'all can't pretend like y'all just weren't like a bunch of star fuckers. Like
Yeah, it's not like everyone else.
like you had a famous.
I mean, they're not our age,
No, they're
so it's
not.
not doing anything illegal. It might be a little creepy. I don't even know how old is he?
I don't know now. He's probably 40s, somewhere like 45, 46. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
I don't
creepy. But also, if you're going
but
to
is
cancel
it-
him, cancel fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. He gets
Right.
like fucking 18-year-old girlfriends every
Right.
2 years. So
Well, and the other thing is, like James Franco's the first college professor to bone his students. Like, give me a break. Like, are we being serious right now?
also, he's like an actor first. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was
Weird.
ridiculous. But they canceled.
47. All right. Yeah, that's pretty. It's creepy for sure. Not illegal, but it's creepy.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it happens. So yeah, let's keep trucking though. So James Franco is back in the limelight due to Mr. Fantasy. And actually he does have a movie coming out fairly soon, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
So James Franco.
Oh, nice.
He has a film coming out. So I hope it's great, and I'm excited to see him back on the radar. But guys, it's official. Everyone needs to see this and just know that it's been said by Macaulay Culkin, and that's all that matters.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No, it's not. It's based around Christmas. Don't fight me on the moon.
It's really messed up.
It's based around Christmas, but if it was also St. Patrick's Day, it would work. Yeah. But you couldn't do like Memorial Day, Home Alone. Like, no, it doesn't work that way.
I think Arbor Day works. You can be in a treehouse.
I'm just saying is that, like, listen, I'm kind of the godfather of Christmas nowadays. So, yes, my opinion has some sway in this.
Is Die Hard a Christmas
Yep.
movie?
No.
I mean, the Christmas King has said it himself.
He's just one man's opinion.
Listen. He is he's the definitive opinion. I mean, he is.
There are no definitive opinions. He is one man.
It is definitively his opinion.
It is definitively his opinion. It is. A lot of people are.
He's a dork.
He's a dork. Yeah, he probably is a bit of a dork for sure.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, I had to show that because I thought it was pretty funny. But this made my day, and this is something that I would do to Chris.
You tell me good luck. I don't need luck to perform. I decide when to perform good. I'm playing. You tell me good
Play
luck.
the clip for yourself. Play it.
My guy just got freaking ramrodded by a freaking pool stick. Just
Yeah, I can't tell if that was on purpose.
Oh, it was absolutely on
For sure.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That would suck.
I don't need luck to perform. I decide when to perform good. I'm playing.
Okay,
Right
he
on
doesn't
the
hit
tee.
the ball at all.
No,
He's definitely
totally
on
misses
purpose.
it. Totally misses it. 15.6 million likes.
Yeah, because we all like slapstick humor.
Right. 124 million views. If that is not insane, I don't know what is. That just really speaks to the volume that TikTok is capable of. It's kind of wild. It never ceases to amaze.
Yeah.
Because and that makes sense because tons of people around the world have TikTok and there's no talking. So it's like anything with no speaking, just something funny is going to generate better numbers.
True.
So, all right, here we go.
You've got 10 minutes in here, Dawson. Time out. Derek, you need to come and talk to your son.
Right.
Dad, I didn't do anything. She's crazy.
I have some bad news. She is crazy. We're not going to win this fight. You need to just act like I'm punishing you, okay? Say sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. I didn't mean to do it. He needs his puppy, Derek.
I know about you! I'm going to act like I slap you. Just scream on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Daddy! You gotta be kidding me. That did not sound real.
I smacked him! Come look at his butt, you want to, goofball!
What's up?
Daddy.
Sorry.
It's like, bro, you made it weird.
Hey, I mean, I guess that's one way
Right.
to do it.
Right.
He does sound. I mean, if they're both agreeing, she sounds crazy. I mean, they need to be
Right.
careful there.
The best is just he's like, I have some bad news. She is crazy. It's just like, good job.
Have you told this to your children?
And no, I would never say that to my children because I never. No man has ever said that.
Yeah.
Not ever has one said that. So let's see here. I've been tossing around, you know, what's going on. And you know, listen, the millennials are starting to get roasted because we're starting to get a little old. And we're starting to realize that we're getting old, and we're starting to say a lot of old people shit. And I know that I have this segment to kind of roast on some of you boomers, but
Yeah.
it's time to, you know, be real and admit that the millennials are getting kind of old. We're getting a little old.
How are you bored?
You literally have everything. You ever heard of Blockbuster? I could only get one movie per week. The internet wasn't invented. I had to watch every commercial. We went to the mall for fun. There was no internet.
How are you bored?
You
Dude,
literally
it hit hard because I was like, I've said every single one of these things to my children.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Yeah. I believe it.
I mean, it's just the divide really though is of having the internet and not having the internet is so massive.
True.
Yeah.
And I will tell my kids some of these like little factoids like this, and they're just like, that can't be. No.
I just recently started telling my 3.5-year-old that like I didn't used to be able to pick what I could watch.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
he was just taking forever flipping through, looking at all these different like Lego movies. And I'm like, look, you got to pick something.
Right.
When I was a kid, literally, it was like 2 days ago, I was like, you couldn't pick what you watched. It was whatever was on the 2 channel showing cartoons at the time. And you watched it or you didn't. And he was just like, no.
We actually,
not real.
my family didn't have to watch commercials. We had this TV that we had, one of those big, box CRT, had an exit button. Anybody else know what an exit button, like an exit to a door?
No.
It just blacked out the entire screen.
Really?
Yep. All it did was just put up it just blacked everything out and had exit up in the corner. So you could combo that.
Dark during commercials and you just sit there and.
No, it's great for my religious parents. They were like, "Nah, we don't want to watch this trash," or there's a kissing scene. Turn that off.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, can't watch that.
That's wild. No, we didn't have an exit button. It's just to say like eject or escape. You're just like,
just
go.
turn the whole screen black. It was great.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever.
That's wild. If we had that, we never used it.
Yeah.
And I was never aware of it.
And if
Probably
there was
scared to hit an exit button.
right for real, which if there was anybody's parents to figure out what an exit button does, like it would be yours. They would be like, no, we need to exit this scenario right now.
I must edit.
I feel like your parents probably paid like a lot of money for this TV.
Right.
No, well,
just to have the
money for us,
just
but
just for that, they paid extra to be like, we need this exit feature.
Yeah.
Could
be.
They would do that. That is true. So, I saw this other video of this old Asian man, and I really was just I related. I've had a rough couple weeks, and this guy was really channeling some energy that I've been channeling of late, and I'm like, this might be what's about to happen.
Due to personal reasons, I am now evil. And I am telling you,
hell yeah, brother,
that the power that I hold and me going evil, there ain't nobody that's got a fucking chance against me.
Dude.
If the whole fucking universe goes against me.
He looks like the bad guy in the Stegall film.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, amazing. Love
He
this
looked
dude.
like the main bad guy in the Mortal Kombat movies. Which
Oh, yeah,
I think
he
he
did.
just passed away.
Yeah, I think there was
But it looked
actually
just like
people
him.
were posting pictures of him.
Yeah.
For sure on the right there. So yeah, I relate. I'm just like, they might have unleashed evil me.
Yeah.
And
We're that close to getting an evil
Blaine, Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that Captain Meat?
Yeah, he was. Early on in Criticless, there was an evil Blaine account, and I think it was called Dark Blaine or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And there is, I can't remember what the nickname was, but Couch Tater in Criticless, they gave me a name when I play video games, because apparently I do turn into the evil version of myself. And I think it's Zane was what they started calling me.
Zane. Oh yeah.
My alternate identity, is when things go a little evil, so that might happen. And evil Blaine, if the whole world goes against me, it's not going to matter. I'm going to take them all down.
Drop a nuke on them.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. It might happen. I might go fully evil.
Y'all are going to have like a Highlander situation.
Right.
And figure out who's the actual.
Because there can only be one.
Right.
Yeah.
There can only be one. So yeah, that's there's been a few things happening though in the cultures around the world, but not a lot. More of the funny stuff and all that. But I think we can go ahead and move on into the news. And we haven't done water cooler in a while. I want to talk about things that are being talked about and being watched and everything. And I want to get these headphones off of my toasty head.
Sweaty ears.
Let's go ahead and do that and move into the news. All right. Do what?
So I'll take care of this one.
Yeah.
We do have a fiver from Subtle Deviancy. Avatar Fire and Ash is out. If Blaine's RV is a rocking, don't go a knocking. The shitter's probably full.
Is that, is he alluding to the Avatar Fire and Ash, just really getting my engine revving? Is that what's going on?
I think so.
Yeah. Subtle Deviancy has been building some serious lore around Criticless and elsewhere over the past little bit about me, and which he did somehow figure out that we do technically have an RV around our place. So but I don't know the last time I've even been in that RV, but it is pretty awesome. We had joked about making that like the Criticless official RV and like painting it black and like taking it to the shows and stuff. And that would be pretty dope because it's straight up from the 80s. It is retro as shit.
Right.
So it would be cool, but I just don't I don't trust it. But as he said, if the RV's rocking, you might not want to come.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Yeah, don't.
Just barge in. Don't knock.
Yeah.
It's for losers.
Yeah.
Just walk on in.
Exactly. So with the news, there's not a ton of stuff happening, but there is a few things brewing.
And I was going to, with how I just StreamYard needs to let you present more than one thing as well. They don't, the people that are watching have no idea what I'm talking about.
They need to learn their shit.
Yeah, they do. They do. You should be allowed to like have multiple screens up and switch around to them.
Like picture in picture.
Yeah, right. There's only one that you can have a rolling at one time, which is really weird. So, all right, let's see here. I'm going to pull up an article. James Gunn is out here just triggering people left and right, and so I figured I'd pull this up first. He just can't help himself. And I saw this pop up on G&G earlier today, and it's not showing. There we go. All right. So, yeah, James Gunn says Batman has become boring and claims there's a plan to fix him in the DCEU.
Trigger.
Yeah. First question here is, do you guys think that Batman has become boring?
Well, the Batman, that's the most recent one, yeah?
Yeah, that's the most recent one.
It was more detective-y, right?
Right.
There were some pretty brutal fight scenes. So, I guess that one would be a little bit more boring than some of the other ones, but I still enjoyed it for it being more detective noir-y.
Right.
So, I guess in that regard, the most recent one was, I think, a little bit more boring than some of the other ones.
A little less action hit.
Yeah.
I guess, but
there was still some good action in it, but I don't think it was as soaked, you know?
Soaked in the action.
Yeah.
I don't think any Batman movie is boring.
Right.
Like since the 90s, I haven't seen the Adam West movies and shows and whatever.
Yeah.
But like everything since, what was the first one, 89, 87, something like that.
Right.
I don't think any of those have been boring. They all have their own pros and cons, but I wouldn't say any Batman has been boring. So I don't know what James Gunn is smoking on here. And next thing you know, he's going to come back. He's not going to wear black. He's going to wear like a rainbow flag or something. And we're going to be like, well, we know why you thought it was boring.
Right. Batman wasn't gay enough, says James
I've
Gunn.
been saying that for years. Ever since Bat Nips went away.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, because I started Batman Forever.
Oh, yeah.
And the opening scene is just butts, crotch, and nipples.
Yeah.
Nips.
That was good shit. Those were the days. The very homoerotic Batman days of the, what was, I guess technically, that was 90s. None of them hit in the 2000s. So,
That one was like 97, I think.
Yeah.
But he also said, to be fair to him, it's become.
Right.
So he's obviously not talking about 80s.
Right.
He's talking about now.
Maybe.
Let's read the whole quote.
Okay.
Let's read the whole quote and then we'll go from there. So he says, Batman has to have a reason for existing, right? So Batman can't just be, we're making a Batman movie because Batman's the biggest character in all of Warner Brothers, which he is. But because there's a need for him in the DCU and a need that he's not exactly the same as Matt's Batman, that being Matt Reeves' Batman and the current state of Batman. But yet he's not a campy Batman. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in a funny, campy Batman. Well, screw you, James Gunn. I am. I like a funny campy. No, that's not necessarily what I want. I kind of like it to, ride the lines. I liked the 90s ones. I know a lot of people hate on those.
Yeah, well, that's where I was going to be. Like, if he's talking about how the last 6 movies that Batman has been in have all been serious.
Right.
Very serious movies.
Very.
Like, I could see where he's coming from in that perspective. If he's like, these aren't as comic book-y as they could be.
Well, but he says he doesn't want it to be fun or campy. Funny.
I know, so that shoots my theory to shit. Like,
right.
I don't know.
It's like, he's going the polar opposite direction.
He's like, extra serious. This is even more serious.
It's serious enough. Have you seen Zack Snyder's Batman? Not serious at all.
It was a laugh fest.
Matt Reeves is so not serious.
Right. What are we even doing here? So he says, so we're dealing with that. I think I have a way in, but by the way, I think I really know what it's pause. I just am dealing with the writer to make sure that we can make it a reality. So what do we think he's saying here? What is he getting at?
He's talking out his ass to me.
Yes.
I don't think he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
That really does sound like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
He's really like bringing his Ace Ventura out. He's just bent over, just talking. You know what I mean?
I was like, where are we going with that? What? Yeah. Talking it out of his ass completely.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I'm reaching the point where I like, when Lanterns comes out, and that's what I wanted to talk about next, is the rumors around Lanterns. And that has just dropped. And if the rumors around Lanterns are true, then the DCU is fucked and they need to fire James Gunn yesterday. Like they can't get rid of James Gunn fast enough. And this is coming from someone who actually did defend James Gunn for quite a while, but the more and more he opens his mouth, the more and more he gets mad at the fans and just creates things, the more I'm like, get this man out.
Yeah, you were excited about him taking over DC.
Initially I was.
Yeah.
And he just is literally publicly shitting the bed at this point. And
he's just doubling, tripling down. It's one of those things too where he's not listening to the fans, and he's like, oh well, they're just the loudest fans, they're not the real fans or whatever.
Right.
And he's wrong. I think it's kind of like a consensus behind him.
Right.
And yeah, like, so Superman's divisive, but there were a lot of people that liked it, but there were so many people that didn't like it that as a director, I would step back and go, okay, hold on a second. Like, I need to like think about at least like what people are saying and see if I can like fix some of it. And it sounds like he's not. He's just like, nope, if you oppose what I'm doing, you're wrong. I'm not taking any advice. I'm carrying on.
Right.
So that's bad.
Well, so sorry, I was doing a little bit of researching. G&G hasn't done an article on it, and I'm having trouble finding articles. It's been circulating elsewhere, but rumor has it, I don't know if anybody in the chat has heard this or seen this elsewhere. I've seen like 2 or 3 people talking about it now, is that there was an early screener of the first episode of Lanterns, and people have seen it. Somebody came out and spoke about it. And while they said that this person said that they loved it, there were other things about it that came out as well, which is that apparently it takes place, which they had said this previously, is that it was taking place in a like small town America. And the person that saw this, because it's supposed to be a detective-y type of show, is how they're doing this new Green Lantern show. And it's going to have 3 Green Lanterns.
Lantern Corps. If there's 3 of them, this should be a pretty dang big thing to investigate.
Right. Well, and it's going to be an Earth-based thing, which is interesting because, you know, Lanterns is more, you know, galactic. Yeah.
Well, especially with 3 of them, because I thought it was supposed to be 1 Green Lantern per planet kind of deal.
It typically is now. Well, there have been multiple human Green Lanterns at a time, but so the 3 Lanterns are happening, and apparently they also said in this leak that the OG Green Lantern, played by Kyle Chandler, that essentially he's being told that he needs to like relinquish his spot as Lantern. But the big piece of news here that people are like, oh no, James Gunn be James Gunnin, is supposedly the villains are like right-wing MAGA people and the villains of the show.
And they need 3 lanterns to fight them like conservatives.
You're right.
I think they're just accidentally complimenting those people.
Right.
They need that kind of firepower.
You know what? The only thing that can take down MAGA is 3 Green Lanterns.
Unintentional compliments.
Right. Well, James Gunn keeps doing that, honestly.
Yeah.
And so,
like, are you actually a MAGA dude?
Right. For real. It's if he does this, the polarization that is going to happen. And so this is the thing too. They're comparing it a lot to the Watchmen TV show, which is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, but got
holy shit,
absolutely praise. It is.
It's really bad.
Far left, like the furthest.
I could see that.
Like unbearably so, on the nose. Just like compared to the Watchmen movie, it's like I don't even know. It's so bad.
Weren't the comics pretty?
No, not really.
Far with that way? Okay.
No, not really.
Maybe I'm thinking of now Sandman.
The original, well, yeah, they kind of were. The original writer, I'm trying to remember his name that wrote Watchmen. I'm sure Chad will think of it, but Moore, wasn't it? What's his face? Moore.
Roger Moore?
No, not Roger Moore. Bond, not Roger Moore.
But
anyways, he has gone way far.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, if James Gunn does this with the Lantern show, and this is supposed to be one of the guys that created, I think it was Damon Lindelof, who did that show, is involved with this Lantern show. So
I hope so.
Yeah, it's going to be not good for James Gunn if that's what he actually did. And apparently Alan Moore, there we go. So apparently they don't outwardly say like it's MAGA or it's right-wing people or whatever, but like the person who even liked the show was like, this is very obviously what is happening in this show.
I wonder in the Creature Commando show, there were the
right. They were
that like extremists. That seemed to be like a
they were clearly
leaning like extremist group. And I wonder
if it's them.
If it's them,
it could be.
And because he could be keeping like his like cannons together, and that could be like a. I just don't understand what they would be doing that would warrant 3 lanterns. There's nothing on Earth human wise that should require more than a lantern because they are specifically for intergalactic like stuff.
Peacekeeping. Yeah, maybe they were having a sleepover and stuff went sideways. You know, they can just hang out together. Lanterns, aren't they just friends?
Right?
Can't they just be dudes?
Hanging? Well, and that's the thing is, I love the casting for the Lantern show. Like everything about it was sounding kind of good.
I thought it was funny because when they cast, I don't know their names, but the black guy.
Yeah.
They were like. They cast a light-skinned black guy.
Right.
And they were like, this particular Green Lantern is supposed to be a dark-skinned black dude. And everyone was up pissed about that because they're like, why did James Gunn pull his punch here?
Right.
There were plenty of like dark-skinned actors they could have picked.
Right.
And I don't know why they did that either. I'm like, why didn't y'all do that? And I like that like character.
Yeah, I like the character.
Like,
and I like that. Well, I mean, that's the thing is if it's the best actor, but that's the thing too where people freaking out about that is I'm just like
typical whitewashing, Hollywood whitewashing.
Right. I mean, the guy is the dude is plenty like I don't know. It's just like are we really arguing levels of blackness now for like casting like this?
Oh well, in the black community, they definitely are like. If you're a light skin, you're very different than like a dark skinned guy. Like it's definitely something in the black community. That's why they were upset by it because they were like, this was an opportunity, and James Gunn didn't do it.
Right.
So,
I
don't know.
Marshmallows. What is what's happening? Why do I wait? I saw someone say read the chat. Where'd it go? I don't know. What did I miss? What's happening?
I mean, there is a twofer.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, from Subtle Deviancy.
Okay.
Gunn owns an adjustable bed for autofellatio.
You know,
God, what site would he get that from? Tell me right now. Where would I find one of those so I could?
It's pretty crazy. What's
gay?
Is autoflit? Yeah. It is. Never mind.
Yeah, Gunn is really, he's shit in the bed. And if this happens with this Green Lantern show, it's not going to go well it's already not been going well for James Gunn. And now, if this happens and he let them on his watch make that a plot point of this show, like, freaking forget it. Like, that's what these Hollywood folks don't, is like, regardless of where you sit on the political spectrum, it's like, it's undeniable when they start adding these components to stuff. The viewership goes down, the interest goes down because you're turning the fans against each other. You're already dealing with comic books and like a hardcore fan base.
Yeah.
And then you're going to make that fan base, which already bumps heads, like you've got, your Snyder bros and your Gunn people and whatever. And then you're taking an already fractured fan base. Well, and even just if you got like Snyder and Gunn, then you've got things like, the comic book ones that are like, the people that like the OG comics versus the newer comics versus the comic book sector is so fragmented.
Right.
And then you're going to make it fucking political? Like you might as well just blow the whole thing up. Like there's like you're just destroying any chance of success.
Yeah, I mean, hasn't it historically been a lot of politics in like comics, like especially with like Superman and
the early.
Well,
comics,
for me, it's like the X-Men are super political,
right?
Yeah, right.
But I mean, growing up with that, I was like, yes, this is great. And then as an adult, I'm like, just tell those stories. Those were already like
right. Well,
diversity-driven like stories.
Well, even back then, it's like okay, like if you think about the early days of comics, when it was pretty much just a lot of it was stuff about being against the Nazis, like.
And communists.
And communists. That stuff wasn't super controversial. You weren't splitting half the country out of your base.
A lot of James Gunn would, apparently.
Right, yeah. James Gunn would say different. But so there's that, but it's like, and even with the things like with the X-Men, it was more conversations about diversity and different things. It was like it wasn't hyper segmenting your fan base in the same type of way as to being like, we're gonna intentionally go after one specific group of at least likely half-ish or more of the country.
Yeah.
Like that's just not bright, I don't think.
And is it even half of the country? Like,
right.
I mean, I feel like it's an exaggeration of half of the country.
Right.
I don't know anything about what they're showing, and I also obviously don't know anything about what's going on in the news, so I'm not the right person to speak on this. But
very true.
I mean, I feel like it's all just inflated to a certain degree to where it's embellished.
Right.
Like, sure, there's like super hyper nationalists that exist
Well, that's
out
the thing
there.
is, I think for me, I feel like they're just taking an extremist, one side of the extremists,
right,
and being like, and if they did it with Antifa, also, I feel
Right.
like we would. I don't know if we'd have the same conversation. You know what I mean? Because like they're just taking an extremist point of view, and I know you're tired, Blaine, of like Nazism,
right?
Because that's been not dead, but like
it's an overused trope.
It's an overused term,
it is
but it's
the
also
most
something that
overused
is such
trope.
a like a minuscule amount of people, I think.
Right.
And it's that whole like squeaky wheel thing where it's like,
right,
you see them and you're like, oh, those are Nazis, they're bad.
Right.
And it's also
and then still a thing.
it's also like a universally backed everybody hates Nazis. Like that's yeah. So I mean,
and you run into this thing now where the far left has been calling everyone that's not far left a Nazi, and that's centrist and fucking everybody. They've been calling Nazis for like 10 years now. And so we're like, okay, so in everything where you make that the bad guy, like you're very underhandedly obviously pointing at the people that you've been calling Nazis for fucking 10 years that aren't even Nazis. Like you clearly don't even have a grasp of what the word means or what they are. And so it's just getting annoying, right? Like these tropes of just, it's like getting beat over the head where I'm just like, I don't fucking care anymore. Like, just, can we stop? And so it's just getting, it is getting really annoying.
Well, and that's like with lanterns. This should be something like we've said already. Like this is something like not international. It should be something extraterrestrial.
Yep.
And
Intergalactic.
And they could be a investigation. They can be like trying to figure out like what is the up and coming like thing.
Right.
But it should be like Maestro or something.
Right.
The like be an actual like true villain doing
Right.
something.
Well, that's the thing is you're pretending like it. Like there have been so many comic book villains, and we're just gonna make like regular people be the bad guys. Like what do we even fucking do?
will say this is still hearsay.
Right.
Right.
It's like going on and on about like one person talking about what they saw in maybe an episode.
Potentially it could
I'll
be
just say
really
this, regularly this stuff, you know, it's hit or miss, but we see a lot of the times when these types of leaks come out, sometimes they get exaggerated, right? Where, but like even the thing, like for example, the leak about like the monkeys in Superman being, mind controlled to troll Superman on the internet, like that came out way before Superman came. Yeah, that was in the movie. You didn't see it.
All right, I want to watch this now. Like monkeys trained to troll Superman on the internet.
Oh yeah, that's a plot point in the Superman movie.
So why does Superman care about the internet?
Well, that is a great point. That is a great
But he does.
Cool.
He does,
In the movie,
because he's very
like,
emotional.
He's real butthurt about like people's opinions on him. But
Because they call him super shit.
It's not a bad name.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of catchy.
Right. I mean, look, if I was as soft as fucking our new Superman is, I couldn't even handle our own chat. They've been roasting me for a fucking hour in here. So, I mean, it's like super shit. Come on, get it together.
Yeah.
Like that just means they love you.
I take a super shit every day.
Right.
And it's great.
Right.
I'm a super shitter 3000.
Right. So yes, that is some rumors happening in the internet world, but I do want to go ahead and
quick.
Oh, we got some supers?
Yep. We have a fiver from Steve Subtle Deviancy. Gun is like an 80s one-hit wonder band that plays that one song for the entire concert, but still acts like a rock star. You're right. The more he puts out, the further the foot goes in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Head is fully inserted in ass.
Yeah.
I feel like he has become super pretentious.
Oh, dude, he is like one of the most pretentious people at this, like in the industry at this point. Like the dude just really
He's
thinks.
been huffing his own farts for too long.
Right. He just has a hose straight from his ass to his face.
I think the problem was he did Guardians of the Galaxy, which I love. For me, that's one of my top 5 Marvel movies.
Right. No, I love it.
And then the entirety of Marvel was like, oh, look at this comedy movie that did really well. Then they took everything kind of after that and shifted to be very similar to James Gunn's movie.
Right.
And I think that's when his head blew up. He was just like, look, I took Disney and Marvel and shifted them to my way of like movie. And after that, it was just game over. Because then it was just like, I don't know, something happened then and there.
Yeah. Well, it was when he got like semi-canceled, and I think he blames the right for that because he did those like pedo-y sounding tweets, and he got fired from Marvel, and then DC hired him, and then he got hired back over at Marvel. And so when all of that happened, I think he pretty much
fully blames the right for taking him down and like blasting his tweets out and stuff. And he went like full jihad on everybody that's,
Yeah, sure.
not
even though there were literal like messages and stuff from him, like, well, it was like old X posts that were very creepy.
It was like pedo jokes and stuff that just weren't in good taste.
Mm.
Like,
Were they ever in good taste?
No, yeah, those types of jokes are never in good taste. So it's just kind of like, as it says, they were bad shit. Yeah, they were crazy. So people didn't overreact, and it's like, I don't know, if we're canceling people over shit, that's the type of thing that you cancel somebody over before you cancel them over, like, James Franco screwing a couple of college students.
Legal age.
Yeah, right. Like, so I don't know, just ridiculous. But yeah, so I want to talk about some of the things going on in TV space, and I just saw Avatar, so I wanted to give y'all my thoughts, just light thoughts on that before we get into talking about Krampus. I literally said Krampus, and Chris was like, "Oh, we're talking about Krampus." Forgot that we were even talking about that movie.
Little sidetrack.
We were just shooting the shit down.
Right, we're just
Having fun.
bro. We're just doing our thing.
Oh
my, Thunderius.
Blaine is canceled.
Oh no.
Sean the non-believer.
Yeah, Thunderius for Twofer says, "I'm canceling Blaine." Well, guess what? I'm uncancelable, Thunderius. Yeah, because unlike Superman, I'm not soft as baby shit. So take that, buddy. Cancel me.
You need more fiber.
You're right. Call me super shit if you want. Granted, you should call Chris that because he really does take super shits like constantly. I think
always chasing waterfalls.
Yeah.
Always. And I love it.
Yeah, he does. But good to see you in here, Thunderius. Glad you made it over, buddy. Good to see you over on this side of the internet. But yeah, so I wanted to, I guess, do y'all want to talk about some things happening on the interwebs first, like things that are streaming and whatever first, or do you want to talk about me seeing Avatar? Are you curious in the slightest? We do have a few reviews for that as well.
Let's do water cooler first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see
what our friends and cohorts are saying.
Yeah. Let's see what's happening in the actual water cooler. I am going to pull up the Fire and Ash thing because I already had it on this page.
And welcome, Thunderius.
Yeah.
Thanks for becoming a member, bud.
Yeah. Let's pull that up there. Got a new member, Thunderius.
Hell yeah.
Really appreciate it, brother. And I did mention, I guess I should say this now. I've been debating. So we've been going through a lot of crazy shit over here. And I said it in the Criticless cast group in Criticless, but I am debating on putting out a members only video kind of explaining what's been going on around here and just a series of events in the best way that I legally can. And so now that the dust is starting to settle, but if I did a members only video, it's not as public of a thing, but I can kind of talk about it without I don't know. So I'm debating on doing a members only video for you guys, just kind of explaining what's been going on in the Criticless world. So I'll keep y'all posted on that.
Yeah, and I think you're safe.
Yeah.
Because as long as you don't name names, there's no like defamation happening.
Yes.
I think because there's no actual legal things have been filed.
Right.
So I think you're good.
Right. It's a weird thing. We're in a weird kind of scenario. So, and we're really tossing around new things in Criticless, and I can talk about some of that as well as far as how we're going to, run the company, certain things that we're going to do. I've mentioned multiple times, but you guys have noticed that we don't have actors' pictures and stuff currently. It's related to all of that. We're talking about database switches, all sorts of things. So I will keep you guys posted on what's going on, and if I drop a members only video for that. I just don't want to make the video half cocked and end up saying something that I shouldn't, or so I've kind of got to think it through, and decide exactly how I'm going to talk about all of these things. So yeah, but to pull it up here, let's see. There we go. All right. So what have you guys been talking about? What's happening over on Criticless? We got I was scrolling through. You guys, did y'all know a new Sisu came out? I saw that people were talking about that. Did y'all?
Yeah, I only knew that because I did a post about it.
Okay, right. Yeah, so I did not see the new Sisu, but Chris, have you seen the first one?
Sisu. No.
Okay, so yeah, it was very well liked and praised and whatever, but this one is doing well. It's at an 81%. It's another Nazi fighting movie, and like I said, that trope in general, I'm kind of burnt out on it. Don't really care, but at the same time, I was intrigued. I liked the first one. I gave it a rad. I didn't think it was the greatest thing ever. It's a fun action movie. Sounds like this one's kind of the same.
Yeah.
So, but some of y'all are talking about that movie as well. But I was curious, have either of y'all considered watching Wake Up Dead Man? Because I could not give less of a shit.
Dude, I am so over Knives Out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like they're the exact same movie.
Yeah, right.
Same thing like the detective guy that's on a boat. No.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. Benoit.
Yeah. Detective.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Francois. He's the French guy. Anyways, they've done all those. They're exactly the same as well.
Right.
Yeah, but those are at least based on the classic tales, right?
I think it's
You're talking about like the Oriental Express and
and the murder on the boat.
Murder on the Orient Express. Yeah, those books.
Yeah,
Yes. So yeah, those are kind of similar to this, but these are even worse. I like those movies all right. I like murder mystery stuff.
Yeah.
But like
I think 2 is just enough. It's almost pushing too much. You should not have a third.
Right.
Which I think this is the third Knives Out.
This is the third Knives Out.
First one was fun.
It was fun.
The second one was
not great.
This one I'm not even going to watch unless we have to.
Right. No, I'm not going to require it because I couldn't give less of a shit. Now it is sitting at a 64%. It's only about 25 people, so a lot of people haven't watched it. I got one FWB, Crisco, who has seen it, gave it a 30%. And I trust Crisco pretty well on a lot of this stuff. But it's Rian Johnson, so the guy that's responsible for ruining all of Star Wars. That guy makes these movies, so there's that.
That checks out.
But this one really does seem to just not have much buzz. People seem to be over it. And I in my opinion, in regard to Rian Johnson, the man has made 2 good movies, really. If rubber's meeting the road here, Rian Johnson has done 2 good things, and I'll show you what 2 of those are if I can find them here. One of which being Brick, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
I am very much willing to admit that he made one of my favorite movies. Brick is a masterpiece. Brick was great. And then the other great one is Looper. He had those 2 movies back to back. They were fantastic. I own them both. And then his career went off a freaking cliff. So, but it sounds like you guys that have seen it are okay on it. But then some of you, they're kind of all over the place, which I'm not really surprised with. But I was curious if either of y'all were planning on it. It sounds like Chris is definitely not. Sin, who was in the chat, did like it.
I wouldn't mind watching it, but it's something like my wife was like, I absolutely don't care.
Right.
She doesn't like murder mysteries.
Oh, wow.
Really? She's just like, I just don't care about them.
Oh, that's surprising.
So it's one of those things where if I really was like had a hair up my ass, I would watch it maybe.
Right.
But it's like I don't really care either. I'm not a big fan. The first one was fine. The second one is totally forgettable, except it was at a nice location.
Right.
And I just don't care.
Right.
Yeah. Like I haven't seen the Murder on the Oriental Express or the sequel to that, Death on the Nile.
Or Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile were good, but there was a third one.
Yeah, it was recent too.
It wasn't that good. I remember that one being not nearly as good. So, but I was just curious. But so another thing I wanted to bring up, Fallout is back. Fallout's freaking back. Are y'all planning on watching it?
I still need to finish.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I just have a lot of family in town and they don't partake in this kind of nerd culture. So we have yet to watch it. And it'll probably be a couple weeks before, like after Christmas and New Year's. And then we'll probably like binge watch it because it started on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I actually commented in the water cooler to see if anybody was watching it. And, so it's like every Tuesday they're dropping an episode. Maybe it's every Wednesday. It was supposed to be Wednesdays, and then they pulled it to Tuesday for the initial episode. I don't know if that affected the rest of the release time, but
nice.
Yeah. With it being weekly, it's like I don't know. There's part of me that's excited to have a weekly show again, which I've been watching Landman weekly.
Oh yeah,
and been watching that.
Still going.
The new season has been going, so I've been watching that. I've been in the mood. So it's weird. I go through phases, and I don't know if y'all are the same, where like I'm just in the mood for like a specific type of thing, where I got like go through like an anime binge real hardcore, watch a shit ton of anime, and I'll like hit my anime wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I'm good for a little bit.
Did you finish Black Clover?
No, which is a shame.
How far are you? Did you get past the main story?
Well,
because it's almost like a second season.
Right.
Or a second story start.
Yes, I'm into the second story. I mean, I was still very much enjoying it. I just needed a break. Like, so I just kind of slowed down. I think I've got like 20 episodes of Black Clover left before I'm done. So
yeah, I'm roughly somewhere there too, and I just kind of fell off.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. So yeah, but I'm in this part now where like I've been watching Landman. I didn't mention it. I was gonna actually mention it during this segment, but I have been watching. Let's look it up on Criticless here. I have been watching Dark Wolf.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
This
that's
show-
on my to watch list.
It is great.
Really?
It is great.
Chris, you'd probably really like
I've
it.
never even
I
heard
think
of it.
you would.
Yeah.
But sequel to the Terminal List?
Yes, it is. But actually, if you have not seen Terminal List, I would actually say to start with this. Now, I haven't finished it, so I can't confidently say. But the Terminal List is one of the best shows I've seen in probably the past like 5 or 6 years.
Jeez.
Terminal List is phenomenal. It's actually Chris Pratt. It's a military. It's about him.
His wife his family gets murdered. Or is that something different?
I'm trying to remember exactly what plays out.
I don't remember.
It's so the whole thing is him.
I feel like that would be a pretty big.
Well, it's been a while
spin.
since I've seen it. I'm actually kind of happy that I don't remember everything because after watching Dark Wolf, I want to go back and watch Terminal List again.
Gotcha.
Because I enjoyed Terminal List so much. I blasted through that show like really quick.
Yeah.
And so Terminal List is a prequel, or I mean, Dark Wolf is a prequel to Terminal List, and it stars Chris Pratt actually is in it, but Taylor Kitsch and Tom Hooper are the two main guys in it. These two guys, but Chris Pratt does show up a little bit in it, and it is it's an interesting thing because it starts out as like a war military thing, but then it pivots into actually like a spy espionage thriller thing, but it's like very anti three-letter agency spy espionage stuff, which is so like. The Terminal List, and part of why I love it is it's very anti-military establishment. Like, and both of these shows are like it's very pro-military, very pro-service member, very anti-military industrial complex.
Sure,
which I appreciate.
Yeah,
this show, I was like, I thought that it was making a pivot from that once they got into like the spy espionage three-letter agency stuff, and then it just made a turn, and I was like, oh shit, they went there. Like they're like They're not afraid to take some risks.
Yeah.
So both of these shows I think are fantastic. They're written by a guy that was in the military. They're very like the action scenes in this show are badass when they happen. Like both these shows are very well made. And I love Taylor Kitsch, and honestly Tom Hopper. This dude is one of my favorite actors at this point. He was actually in Umbrella Academy, but what I really came to enjoy him in is Black Sails, which is one of my favorite shows ever. He was one of the main characters in Black.
Is he the ape guy?
Yes.
In the Umbrella? Okay.
Yeah. He's a tank. Dude's fucking huge.
Right.
Like I don't know. He's got to be like 6'8" or something. Like every scene you see him in, he's just like way over everybody else. And like Taylor Kitsch is not a small guy, and he still just towers over him. Jeez. And so, yeah, but Terminal List Dark Wolf is very good. I recommend checking it out and have really, really enjoyed it. So
cool.
Definitely watch that. And Fallout is back out.
Yeah.
So I think folks are definitely starting to watch that and check it out as well. So, and it sounds like, you guys have been, I see brought up Welcome to Darien here with Beach Dad too. I'm that's still on I have my eye on it. So we'll see with that show. Cause it's, Matt was watching some of his talked about on previous episodes as well.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't gone back. I think it was just kind of, we watched Stranger Things.
Okay.
And they're very similar shows. Like in story wise, it's like, extra dimensional creature like is taking kids,
right?
And they're both kind of heavy in that aspect. So we kind of watched all the Stranger Things stuff, and they were like, well, we don't really want to watch, it's Christmas season,
right?
And we're talking like all this very dark stuff,
right?
And I'm not opposed to dark, I like horror, but it's like Christmas time, I want to watch Christmassy things, not things about kidnapping kids and shit. Like that's Halloween, that's fall stuff, that's not Christmas stuff. So we're probably gonna save the rest of it for next year.
Okay.
Have either of y'all watched Pluribus?
No, I've been hearing everybody talk about it.
Yeah.
We have not talked about it on this show, and it is on my radar, and I know my wife's going to want to watch it.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. My Canadian friend recommended it to me.
Okay.
I've watched 3 episodes of it.
Okay.
And it's okay. It's a cool premise. Well done. But the lead actress, man, I just
don't like
she kind of rubs me the wrong way. But
who's the lead?
Oh goodness!
It is with us taking down Criticless photos is a little hard, but this lady, I'm not sure if I'm familiar with her. Her name is Ray Shehorn.
Yeah.
Which also I'm noticing, I don't know what's going on with the movie database. There's a lot of casts not listed right now.
She's in Better Call Saul. Kim.
Oh, okay. Which makes sense because this is by the creator of Breaking Bad.
Okay.
So it's about a show where everyone in the world is happy, right?
It's a hive mind.
Yes.
Takes over.
Okay. And she doesn't have it, right?
Right.
They watched that one episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
With Unity, and they were like, let's make a show.
It's very similar to that because it's the hive mind is super people pleasing and wants to just do everything kind of like to that overdoing its state.
Right.
So
and
it's
so you
enjoyable.
How much of it?
I've seen 3 episodes.
3
of it,
episodes.
yeah.
Okay. And this
kind
is
of fell off after that.
a Apple TV show, by the way. And I did not mention, but Terminal List, Dark Wolf, those are on Prime, and same for the Fallout as well. And
Yep, those are all Prime.
Yeah, all
Welcome
Prime.
to Darius Max.
Yeah. Yep. So we didn't mention that. And as I mentioned last week, if you haven't noticed on Criticless, we have implemented and updated our where to watch section, and it actually is clickable links, and they are region specific for you guys and are a lot better than they used to be, more accurate. So we're working with Just Watch now. So the where to watch area, at least on web right now, we haven't gotten the right code to be able to plug it in on the app yet, but it is on web. So those where things are streaming and stuff is a lot better now in the app. But yeah, really quickly, wanted to talk about Fire and Ash. We won't linger on it too long because we haven't talked about Krampus yet. We haven't even made it that far, but I did just get out of watching Avatar Fire and Ash. It is 3 hours and 20 minutes long. It is a hell of a movie. A lot of meat on it, to say that, to say the least. Now, people are really kind of weird about the Avatar series and franchise in general, because it is a weird thing. Like, you look at it and you're like, these are the highest grossing movies of all time. And if there's not an Avatar movie coming out, no one talks about Avatar.
Right.
No one wears Avatar merch.
Yeah, no one's playing with Avatar toys.
Yeah,
like at least in our circle. Maybe there's some people out there that
that
maybe in like
the first Avatar. The fact that they decided to make a second and third, where everyone was just like, "What is going on?" It literally was.
It worked as a single movie.
Full.
Right, on culture at least. Right. Like but it was the highest grossing thing. He was very invested in it, and James Cameron, and I mean, that's the thing, is this got this legendary director attached, one of the most famous people in the industry, decided to dedicate his career to this, and everybody's just kind of like, huh, that's a interesting move.
Yeah.
And so with that being the case, I haven't seen a lot of everybody that I talked to outside of, okay, Jay Drunk 3PO. He personally loves Avatar. He's a big fan. And then X-Wing, Russ, is a big fan. Those are the only 2 people in this sphere that I know that are like, let's go Avatar. And I have, for a long while, just kind of been like, yeah, I really like the first movie a lot. Like, I think it was a visual spectacle. I saw it several times in theaters. It's pretty much just Ferngully or Dances with Wolves, but like,
right.
You know, I mean, we've seen it before, but it was also like one of the most stunning movies at the time ever made.
Yeah.
Right. So with this one, I wasn't excited at all. And I've mentioned it here and elsewhere.
Even though you were loving the game?
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's where it pivoted. Okay. So I wasn't excited at all. And then I decided to go play the video game. And I got really, really hooked on the video game. Like, a lot. And could not stop playing it. And X-Wing had been hyping it up like crazy. And he's like, dude, it's one of the best games like I've ever played. And it's basically just a Far Cry game. Like, and I've told y'all about it. I've been talking about it over the past couple weeks as I've been digging into it. I've put a lot of hours in it at this point, and I've been hooked. Now I've reached that point where I'm like, I need to finish the game quickly or I'm going to stop playing.
Yeah.
But it got me more excited for this movie. And then I was like talking to the kids, and I'm like, I think y'all should go. Like, if you've never seen an Avatar movie in the theaters, like, that is the thing with these movies. Right. Like, you have to see them in the theater. That is what makes them special.
Dolby.
Yes. So we saw it in Dolby. 3D as well. I didn't even know Dolby 3D was a thing. If you have a Dolby theater near you and you've never seen anything in Dolby, do it. See something in Dolby. Dolby 3D is wild.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Where?
At our theater.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know.
Didn't know either.
Yeah.
I thought it was always IMAX, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I really enjoyed Avatar Fire and Ash. I had a really good time. And
so, like, a most excellent, most good time?
I'm still brewing on that.
Okay.
I will probably, if it ends up being a most excellent, I'll probably put it at an 80%. Like, it'll be right in that range.
Right.
I think it's too long. 3 hours and 20 minutes is too long.
That's all of them, though, right?
They are all, well, the first one wasn't too long. And as we see, Jay was a fan, super excited about it, gave it a 75%. So he has dropped his review. I do want to read that soon. But we got Pranisi here, who reviewed it as well, gave it 100%. Also, Steel Leg has seen it, gave it a 95%. Banjo in the chat gave it a 50 because Banjo gives everything 50s. And Nap on it gave it a 15%, but Movie Chaser did not like it. Now, Red Wing Cards, hard pass, gave it a 0. This is what we call a low effort shit missile. This is I
don't think he even saw the movie Shit Missile.
How much money are we going to bet that he has not seen it? And then
some of that pisses me off.
Right, I know. And then Spoiler Cast gave it a 54%, so it wasn't super high on it. But so this is, we don't have an overall score yet, but my Friends with Benefits is a 67 from these two, and I had a fun time. If you don't care about Avatar, yeah, Banjo, of course, Phil. Fuck you, Banjo. Banjo would. But if you don't care about it, I think that this is possibly the best one in the series.
Wow.
For me personally. Now, so I think the first one is great just because it works as a standalone story.
Yeah. Origin story.
And origin.
You know how I feel about origins.
I know. This movie picks up exactly where the last movie left off. So, like, you kind of need to see the last movie or you're going to be like, what is happening?
Right.
It is a direct continuation. It felt like they were trying to juggle a little bit too much between the events of the last film and some of those characters.
Like, maybe they should have been like a year later.
Right.
And they could have summarized something shortly with like I miss Bobby.
Right.
The air took his knee out. I don't know the characters' names. I've not seen these movies.
Right.
I imagine they're very normal names like Bobby.
Right. Yeah. I do feel like they should have pivoted away from some of that a little bit. It could have been made shorter, but it's gorgeous. The movie is absolutely gorgeous. It looks fantastic. I'm still shocked that he's able to pull off what he does. It's interesting because sometimes I could see through it where I'm like, okay, I'm spotting what's real here and what's not. Like, not
there were real things in it.
There's a lot of real things in this movie. Yeah, and you can see them. And actually, it's almost jarring when they're in the human areas because you're like, this is all real. Like, this is kind of weird because it's almost like borderline an animated movie at times.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like the second one was nothing but animated.
Right. It was honestly not too far off from that. I mean, as CG, whatever, but it's such good CG. But it's a solid film. If you're not excited at all and hate these movies, I don't think it's going to move the needle for you.
Right.
But I thought it was a fun watch. I had a good time. My kids enjoyed it a lot, but they were also like ready by the 3 hours and 20 to be like, all right, let's. But it's a very emotional. Like, it even got a tear out of me. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh,
I know.
You heartless bastard.
I know. Believe it or
the
not,
ice is melting.
3 times.
Right. My heart.
Day.
Yeah, right. Probably because it's Christmas. I just, my heart grew a little bit. But yeah, it did. There's a lot of things. I mean, it's like the others. A big themes on family and what that means to you, and a lot of it is about like the kind of adopted family stuff of like just these people that become your family,
right,
and what they mean to you, and really integrating them into your family and all of that. So it's a lot of very relatable themes. But
how did the video game impact your watching? Did it enhance it? Did it not affect it at all? It did?
It did enhance it, yeah, because I'm really into that world now with playing the video games.
Yeah.
Like, they were showing like plants and things, and I was like, I know that plant. Like, I know what that does. Like, I know what like that life form does or that stuff.
But story-wise, the game doesn't tie in at all, right?
Not really.
So it just makes the world better, but no real connection.
No, honestly, there was more of like alluding to the events of the game in the second movie than this one.
Gotcha. Sure.
But
that makes sense.
You do know that like in this one, they do still kind of pivot in on like other things happening in the world. Like, other humans there are good humans in the world doing things.
I gotcha.
So, there's that component.
Have you bought your wife an outfit for it for... Yeah,
I don't think.
Are you at that stage?
I haven't reached that stage.
No blue paint gonna be laying around your house.
Right.
That's probably on the same site as that bed we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. It might be on that site. So but that's pretty much it for Avatar. Like I said, if you're not into Avatar, this new movie probably not going to move the needle really for you much. But I thought it was a very good one of these. And I am curious to see how it does.
And he's doing 2 more movies, 3 more movies.
Oh no! Right now, it might be no more.
Yeah, I thought it was just 3.
No, I thought he was
initially there was supposed to be 5, but the discussions now, as he's talking, he's like, there might be no more, there might be 1 more, there might be 2 more. Like, the plan seems a little unsure, and I think it is probably connected to the fact that it has really had no cultural impact.
So, did this feel like a conclusion to the trilogy, or did it feel like there would be more movies?
No, it didn't feel like there would be more, but it felt like there could be more. Gotcha. It was one of those scenarios.
Well, I mean, does cultural impact matter that much when you're making trillions of dollars per movie? Didn't even the second one do really well? Like 800 billion or something?
Doing monetarily well, I believe.
Like, who cares if it does has a cultural impact?
Right.
Like,
as
you're
long as
making
people see it.
bank.
Yeah. I don't know. I am curious to see where they go with it and if he makes more. But I had a fun time at the movies. It's the kind of thing where you go to see spectacle and whatever. There's still a little bit of cheesiness to these movies. It's just kind of, with how they're the way that they're structured. Sure. But I had a good time. So anyways, what I want to do now is talk about Krampus, because that's what you all came here to hear us talk about. It's motherfucking Krampus. So let's go ahead and do it. Krampus. Time to talk about some motherfucking Krampus. Arguably, some people call this movie
some very specific person.
No, I think a lot of people. There's people all over the world that call Krampus the greatest Christmas movie ever made. I'm pretty sure I've heard tens of thousands of people claim that this movie is the best Christmas movie ever made.
Dozens of you at least.
There is dozens of us.
The Never Nudes.
Yeah, the Never Nudes.
The movies.
So so Krampus, this is a movie that kind of went, I don't want to say unnoticed. It definitely is like a cult classic film. It came out back in 2015, directed by a guy who I really like, Michael Dougherty, the guy who did Trick or Treat, which is an awesome movie. He became well known because of that, for what he did with horror. He works with practical effects. He did more of that in this. He also did Godzilla, some of the recent Godzilla movies. He did King of Monsters, I think, is the one that he actually directed. And he might have done Godzilla vs. Kong as well. I can check. Let's see.
I was going to say, which one did we review?
No, he did not do Godzilla vs. Kong. I think he produced it, but he did King of Monsters, which is one of the ones that people like a lot out of those series. But the biggest thing that he's like really known for, like cult classic film, is Trick or Treat. And this movie kind of came out of nowhere, horror Christmas film, pulling on lore that is a little less known in the States, but I think he did make the idea of Krampus more known in the United States after this movie came out. And I think what country is it that it originates in? Is it?
They're speaking
Scandinavian
country.
It sounded like she was speaking German.
Right.
So, but yeah.
I'm sure Chad will let us know. I can't remember where in the world, but yeah, so it's directed by Michael Dougherty. This thing stars Adam Scott, Toni Collette, David Koechner. There's definitely recognizable faces in this that people have seen, around for years. And that's the big thing to know about Krampus, is that a lot of people see it and they're like, oh, Christmas horror. Like, I don't really know, like, if that's the vibe I'm wanting. Like, that it just is a different thing. Yeah. But with this, it's not just a horror film. Krampus is very much a comedy film as well. And it really does lean into the comedy elements. And I think to help to undercut, maybe not the perfect word, but like to soften the edge of it being Christmas and horror, because one of the big things about this, at least that I personally love, is that it really does get into the spirit of Christmas, the meaning of Christmas, and really focus on what Christmas means to people, and kind of the meaning of the season and all of that, and even into just the lore of Krampus, which I think is very cool. And so it digs into all of these things pretty deeply, and I'll dig into my review of Krampus in a little bit, but I want to hear y'all's thoughts. And like JB Spooky Reviews brought up, he has said Trick or Treat is why I was excited for this. And I agree. The second that I saw this movie was coming out, and I was like, bro, this is the guy that did Trick or Treat. Like, this movie's probably going to be dope. Like, and it has become a holiday tradition for us. Every Christmas, me and my kids, for the past, we're 2 or 3 years in now, that we've seen it every year. And it became, even I tried to force it as a friend tradition, which brought it up recently, is that I've been screaming this movie from the mountaintops with everybody. And so let's go ahead and dig into this thing. This is the first time that Chris has actually completed Krampus, right, and actually paid attention to it, actually legitimately watched it.
I mean, I don't think I really missed anything from the last time that I watched it. Like, I remember everything about it except for the very end. That was still, but I think that's just more due to my brain being mush and memory not remembering anything.
Right.
More so than me just being goofy during the last time I watched it.
But
yeah.
Nice. So so let's hear your thoughts then.
Okay.
Is what did you think about Krampus in this watch? And like, did you have fun? Do you like it?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's the first half did not enjoy.
Interesting.
I was telling Xena because she had asked me before coming in here my thoughts on it, and I have become a softie even more so than I was before, where I really can't handle assholery. And dear God, this family is just a bunch of assholes, and it grinds on me real hard. Which I know, but that's like the first half, and then it gets better after that. But not to get too much into it,
So you were just aggravated by the family members in the beginning, and you were just like, these people suck.
Yeah, it's just like the over. It's like it's to
They were
make
leaning
a
into
point.
tropes.
Yeah,
and they were leaning into family clashes and.
Yeah, I mean they're just complete dickholes.
Yeah.
Like every single one of them, except for maybe the mom.
The mom
not
wasn't
so
bad.
much. Not so much. Yeah. I mean of the visiting family. But yeah, I would probably give it somewhere around like a 63, maybe
63.
Yeah.
Okay. Unacceptable, but I'll take it.
I've got other gripes we can get into, but
unacceptable. You're going to hell for that. But
I'll join you on the canceled bus.
Yeah,
it's fine.
you're canceled. But and Matt, so you returned to this. You had seen it.
Watched it last year.
Yeah, last year.
Literally, my sister-in-law and her boyfriend were in town as of like 2 days ago.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I got to watch this last night. And both my sister-in-law and Xena were like, oh, we don't want to watch it.
Right.
So we didn't watch it last night. We watched it today.
Okay.
So last year I made them watch it. It was a reminder. And I was like, oh, yeah, I did already review this. And so I went back and looked at my review and I gave it a 60% last year.
Yep.
I'll bump it up a little bit, maybe like 65% this year.
Okay.
To me, I don't mind the whole family thing, like you were talking about, Chris. It was obviously exaggerated on purpose. It feels very much like he's just like watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and said, yes, dysfunctional family with an extra dysfunctional visiting family. We're just going to take that and add Krampus to the mixture.
Right.
Not that it's a negative, but I just see huge parallels there. For me, there was like story, just big thematical issues I have, and we can get into it. Like how somehow like this whole like Arctic storm rolls in,
right?
And they're like it's sub-zero out and stuff like that,
right?
I just don't understand. There's a lot of things where they were just kind of like, we're just gonna make this up, and it's gonna be super terrible, but not affect anybody, but affect everybody, but not be talked about. I don't know. It's maybe a personal problem.
Yeah, it sounds like
I don't know if it's
retarded. Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might be retarded. Yeah,
I don't think so.
You might be that.
I think you're glazing over some stuff. On
No. I've seen this movie many times. I will.
And you never question what happened to everybody in town.
Oh no, I can explain everything.
I am pretty sure that we could insult Sydney. And Blaine would not take it as hard as he's taking our reviews of this movie right now.
I knew this was gonna be a tough one for Blaine to like,
no, it's
sit down.
he's ready. Hell's gonna be hot for you, motherfucker. It's gonna be hot
for it.
Because like I guess everybody in this town got murdered by Krampus, but that's never talked about.
They didn't.
No,
didn't. Everybody didn't get murdered.
The ending. I have no problems with that part of it.
It's all explained. It's all explained in the ending. Which your sister-in-law. I have some qualms with her review because she's like also retarded. She said something that happens at the end that didn't even happen. She said it was all a dream.
She probably fell asleep.
It was all a dream.
Right.
I think she probably fell asleep during it. If I had to guess, it's probably like this movie's boring as fuck. And fell asleep.
Right. Yeah, exactly, JB. I agree. They were watching TikTok videos instead of actually watching this movie.
My qualm is legitimate, and I understand it is wholly on me. I'm not blaming the movie for that. It's just my issue.
I can't wait to get into my qualms, and maybe you can answer all of them for me, but the movie didn't.
Answer them. Yeah, the movie did. The movie did answer so many things. In the end, everything.
No.
It doesn't even matter.
Absolutely.
Okay, maybe we'll talk to it. We'll talk about it then, because maybe I misunderstood the ending.
Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I have theories. Which also, I don't need everything hyper explained, especially in a fantastical, whimsical.
The problem for me is when it's one after another, and I'm just constantly It just sets a bad tone for me. And I kept thinking about it. I kept trying to rationalize it while I was watching the movie. And I kept just being like, this doesn't make any sense.
I understood all of it.
Yeah.
I'm not on this boat.
Okay.
My boat's completely separate than Matt's boat.
Right.
Yeah. I'm on a canoe. Matt's on like a oil tanker.
Both of these vehicles are headed to hell where you guys are going for disliking this movie, which is all right because I didn't give I didn't give Family Vacation like 100%, and everybody acted like I was like the worst human to ever live. So
I didn't give it 100% either. I think I watched that last year also, and I was like,
it's a solid movie, but yes, I agree, JB. Thank you. It does answer everything. It answers every last bit of everything, and
agreed.
I agree. Which I want to hear. I want to hear Chris's point on that. But also, I didn't see this come through. We got a 199 from Captain Meatstick. It says 199 to cancel Blaine. I'm in. And you know what, Captain Meatstick? So be it. So be it. It won't be. It's not the first time. Won't be the last.
Oh, Captain, my cap.
I get canceled about once a week. So as it goes, being just a heretic on the internet.
JB's coming in hot.
Wow.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of people. Yeah. That is. I agree with you as well. That I think Krampus is better than Christmas Vacation as well. As far as, honestly, some of the comedy hits in this better, and I mean, just overall enjoyment better. Which, granted, JB likes horror, so that would also make sense as to why he would like this more. But so all right, let's go ahead and dig into the spoilers of this movie. If you haven't seen it, we are going to spoil it. But I will say, so just up front, my personal opinion here, and why I like this movie so much. For one, it puts spin on Christmas movies where we get a lot of the same types of things, but also, we're in an age where a lot of people say that a lot of movies are Christmas movies that are barely Christmas movies or that just feature Christmas and then therefore are a Christmas movie. This movie is steeped in it, but not only that, it's steeped in actual Christmas lore. There is a point in which it actually goes deep into the lore of Krampus, and they have an animated segment that is wonderful and just they didn't really need to do or have to do, and they did. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I liked the family dynamics. I like the fact that, they play up. It does connect a lot in the structure of Christmas Family Vacation and expands on that. And in my opinion, does it better, makes the characters more likable and more approachable. And by the end, actually wraps up these characters and makes it about the Christmas spirit and looking through the flaws in people and just accepting them for who and what they are and their differences and whatever. I thought that it did that a little better. But obviously, a lot of those tropes and things that carry over, you can't have one before the other. So it's like, I get, and I don't have the built-in, nostalgia for Christmas Family Vacation either. I just saw it for the first time in its entirety, a couple days ago. So there was that as well. It's not built in for me, but with Krampus, I think that it kind of checks every box for what I would require from a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I love about it is that it is PG-13, but it pushes the envelope for like the scare factor to where it is legitimately pretty freaky.
Wait, this was PG-13?
Yeah. This is PG-13.
Impressive.
Yeah, because they do. And I just, between the, really just being steeped in Christmas, being about Christmas values and the message and all of that being very good, I love the practical effects. I think all of the practical effects are freaking great. We don't get enough of that in Hollywood anymore. And this movie is nothing like Christmas Vacation. All right, so Quagmire for 5 says, this movie is absolutely nothing like Christmas Vacation. Stop saying that. Did you watch it? Did you watch it, Quagmire?
It's the same movie.
They're pretty similar. This one just adds horror and is
right. Yeah, we had Krampus to this.
Right. Yeah, and yes, I agree, Nick Napoli. The design of Krampus,
100%,
so cool.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is, and also practical.
Yeah,
and the moments when it's not practical and they keep Krampus in shadow and he's like jumping over the rooftops.
Yeah,
was so badass. I absolutely loved it. And we do have another twofer from Doyle that says Christmas Vacation is goated. Merry Xmas Gang. So yes, a lot of people really love that movie. And I totally get it. Matt, can I have the power cable back? I'm about to die again. We are nope. Yeah, don't plug that one back.
I mean, my computer is the more important one.
It is. So how is your battery? No, yours is definitely more important.
I'm at 47 right now.
Okay.
But I was at 30 when I took it from you. So.
Yeah.
Fine.
No,
Got 30 minutes left.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Well, these computers drain the shit out of some battery. But yeah, a lot of people, that is one thing that I've also learned a lot is that people are very passionate about Christmas movies, like specifically over a lot of other types of movies. And people end up with like favorites in their list that are really weird, where it's like, I find it being weird that like Die Hard is people's favorite Christmas movie. Where I'm like, I get the whole thing of us saying that it's a Christmas movie, whatever. I get the trope. I get it all. But like to say it's your favorite, that's a wild thing to say.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's why like I never really partake in that argument because like I don't really care one way or the other. I don't watch it every Christmas. Sure, I can argue it's a Christmas movie. I don't care though. For me, like you're talking about rare like movies that are like weird, rare exports.
Right,
is one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's a foreign film. It's about a little boy, and it's more of it's almost a Krampus tale. Actually, it is a Krampus tale. And it's Finnish, I think.
Right.
And we found it like 10 years ago. And we were like, what the fuck is this? This is amazing. And like, I watch Rare Exports every year. That's our Christmas movie.
Right.
And like, we've made some of you guys watch it before.
You probably made me watch it.
No, I've never seen it. Actually.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It's a kid-friendly movie because it's literally about a kid. And like, I bet your kids would like it.
Okay.
That is not always the case, but I understand it is in this case.
Well, yeah.
And JB says it's from Finland. He would know for sure. He's the horror guy, so. Yeah. And
that's what I thought.
Also, Quagmire's back. He says, I'm pretty sure I did watch it. My review should be on your website.
Pretty sure. Wow.
Sure.
Not even that memorable.
We'll go look, Quagmire. We'll go look.
Bring it up for
And then he said, for another 5, said, yeah, you know what? You're right. I forgot about Chevy Chase chasing down a family on rooftops. My bad. See, that's what you get, Quagmire, for being a dumbass. Now you remember that Chevy Chase was running on all those rooftops. I just watched the other day, and he definitely did that. He was killing everybody. It was wild. Honestly, I would pay to watch that. That would be an old. Hear me out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Get another Krampus movie.
Uh-huh.
But Krampus is literally just old man Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase now. The grumpy old bastard that hates everyone.
Yep.
And he's just dressed up like Krampus, and he's murdering people.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
It would do gangbusters.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, Chevy, like you don't.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself. You don't you don't have to do anything special. Like you don't even really have to dress up as Krampus. Like we're just gonna like put horns on you and like you can like pretty much just that. And you just go around just being your grumpy self, murdering people. Like it'd do $1 billion.
Probably.
Like it would be the best Christmas movie ever made. So I think we really need to make a push for Chevy Chase's Krampus. That's what I'm pushing for.
AI can make that happen right now. Making movies nobody wants.
That's
AI.
Nobody wants. Everybody wants this movie, Chris. They just don't.
We want it.
Yeah, well,
we're not everybody.
Look, if I have proven anything right, it's that I know what the people want. I know, and more than anything, I know what the people don't know that they want. And now that I've spoken this into existence, it's only a matter of time.
I think Chevy Chase has been blacklisted, though.
Probably.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
This is exactly why he should do this C-tier movie.
Right. He just runs around just saying super racist shit and like murdering people.
It would be really funny if he said it also just to like white people.
Right.
He's being super racist at white people.
He would never do that. That would be too that would be funny.
That would actually make it funny though.
It's too modern Hollywood,
but that would actually make it funny if he was doing it though.
I do enjoy being racist towards white people though.
That's too much of a modern trope.
Yeah, but I've been doing that since I was in high school.
Well, that's because you're like Middle Eastern or Mexican or like Indian or whatever. No one knows.
Wow.
We really need to talk to your mom and find out
offended.
who that mailman was.
If you find out, let me know. I want to shake his hand.
Right. Exactly.
And also slap him.
Right.
For giving me a tiny penis.
Yeah, that as my wife said, it sounds it's more like a Nick Cage movie. Actually, you know what would make that movie better is Nick Cage. Maybe he's one of Krampus's helpers.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
That would this
clown.
No. He's Santa. Nick Cage is Santa. Hear me out.
Oh God.
And it kicks.
He gets to fight Krampus, played by Chevy Chase.
Okay. You've actually sold me on something.
It's really like it's coming together.
This is coming together. This should go in my like Criticless group. That's like bad movie ideas.
Yeah.
See, but
great movies ideas.
Right.
Nick Cage is too popular now. like in a good way.
Right. He's back to being popular again. But he's also not above doing trash. You know, he still
sticks to his guns.
Oh, no, he's still doing trash.
Is he?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah. He doesn't care. The man has no standards. Yes, still. Nothing's changed there. So, yes, but I think that this should happen. Highly endorse it. But yes, Krampus, so we're going to go ahead and get into spoilers.
Well, you never did give your score.
Oh, I didn't give my score. Yeah, so I did want to say, in Criticless, I do currently have this. I'll pull it up. Where are we at here? I do currently have it at a 97% on Criticless. If you have not dropped your Krampus review yet in Criticless, make sure to go do that. I saw some more came through, and we will get to y'all's reviews in a little bit. But yes, mine's at a 97. That's gonna race, actually. I just wanted to show everyone that if you did not know, within Criticless, one of the things that you can do is you can edit your reviews. And I'm going to edit my Krampus review to be 100% because that's where it belongs. And I have given a very good review for Krampus in
if I do say so myself.
If I could pat myself on the back, is just that it's about Christmas movies in general, and I kind of dissect what I classify as a perfect Christmas movie. As some of the things that I mentioned, as far as the themes, as far as the settings, as far as lore, the ideals of Christmas, and then also one of the big things for me is at least staying in that PG-13 family-friendly range. I think really is like, because it's about, Christmas is about bringing the family together, you know? And so I feel like that is an important component. And I love that this is a Christmas horror movie that is also PG-13, but still legitimately freaky, but I can still watch with my kids.
Right.
Like, it's this special thing. That's why my kids love it, is they're like, this isn't a typical Christmas movie.
Right.
And it also speaks to something that I think is really important. I even to my kids, and especially as my daughter's getting older, you know, is the whole movie is about believing in the Christmas spirit and believing in Santa. And when you lose that belief, like what it does kind of to your spirit and to what losing the letting Christmas lose its magic, like what that means. And I've seen how this movie really hits for her. And I think that that's really cool, is like wanting to keep that Christmas magic going.
Your kids enjoyed it?
Yo, they love it. No, this is like one of their favorite films of all time. The second that December 1st rolls around, they're asking to watch Krampus.
Nice.
So, and my daughter was really mad because I had to go ahead and watch it by myself.
Yeah.
And she walked in and I had it playing because I was just like refreshing, and she was not happy. She's like, "You're watching Christmas."
She's like,
without
"You're
us."
cheating."
Yeah, pretty much. She was not happy.
You're ruining tradition.
Yeah, she was not happy about me breaking tradition. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into spoilers for this movie if you have not seen Krampus, but we will get into some of those spoilers for sure. Do battery?
No, I'm good for now. Okay. All right. Doyle status.
Yep.
Much appreciated. 2 for Silent Night, Deadly Night. The new one is a solid. I'm guessing that's a Christmas horror.
Yeah, Christmas
slasher.
horror. Yeah, slasher.
Yeah, I've heard this is like the 4th or 5th remake of it. I don't know if it's a remake or a continuation or a new telling of it. I don't know much about it except that everyone seems to be like, "Oh, another remake," and even JB said that in the comments. So
right.
But I'm glad to hear like people are liking it, because I've heard plenty of people being like, "I actually really enjoyed this new slasher Christmas movie."
Yeah.
So
I like movies that tiptoe around other genres. My other favorite Christmas, like non-traditional Christmas movie, is actually a rated R Christmas movie, and it's the one that has
Scrooge?
No, Scrooge is phenomenal. Scrooge is a masterpiece, but is actually the one with James Franco, and I always forget the name of it because it's the name of a Christmas song. 'Twas the Night, is that right? But it's Anthony Mackie, James Franco, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and it is absolutely hilarious. It's one of the last movies that squad of, like, back before everybody started hating Rogan when he was still being funny.
Wait, wasn't it like a
Rogan
Jewish title?
No,
because isn't it about Seth Rogen being Jewish?
Oh no, it's not about him being Jewish. It's actually about all of them. Like it jokes about him being Jewish and his meaning of Christmas, and then like Anthony Mackie is wearing like a black Santa sweater. I actually think that these movies might have came out in the same year. I need to look, but I'm pretty sure that film also came out at the same time. So.
I thought you were talking about Joe Rogan. Whenever you said Rogan, I was like, "Well, Joe Rogan's in this movie?"
Right. Well, I mean, he did used to do film.
Yeah,
so.
he's been in a few.
Right, which it was more like live. When he did what the hell was that show?
Fear Factor.
Right.
Oh, right.
Which they're bringing back Fear Factor with Johnny Knoxville. So holy shit.
Yeah,
that's wild.
right.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The Night Before. Thank you, Nick Napoli. Yes. The Night Before. That's it. So yes, that is one of my favorites, and we will probably be watching that again soon too. I love that one. We watched it last year wrapping Christmas presents, my wife and I. So
yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
And
I was on my to watch list. I just never.
It's so funny. It is legitimately like if you liked that era of movies and the stoner comedies and stuff, the Pineapple Expresses and whatever, it is a very, very funny Christmas movie. And watching, I think that it's also like I like Anthony Mackie. He's also best when he's like an accompanying role with people.
Yeah.
And he's in that in this and with just that trio and James Franco. Or I mean, not Franco. Franco's not in it actually. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt is just super funny in it as well. They just seem, when you watch movies and you're like, these people are having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those movies where you're like, they're having an absolute blast making this movie. So, and it's just about buddies hanging out at Christmas and tradition and all of that. So it's a good time as well. But back to Krampus. So with this movie, Matt, tell me all of your stupid thoughts.
Yes. So, what I don't understand about this movie.
Yeah. Why don't we start with what you do understand? Because that sounds like that would be a shorter list.
Right.
Well, no, I understand the story. I get the story,
Burn!
But I don't understand. So the Sub-Zero storm comes into town.
Yep.
Right.
And I guess everyone else dies in the town because we have the boyfriend's house that's empty that shows that it's been like ransacked.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It shows there was problems there. That's never brought up. Why were they attacked by Krampus? Nobody knows. I thought Krampus would solely be focusing on this family. Apparently, he's just ravaging this town. Okay, cool. The snowman who's trying to help people out gets murdered, we're guessing, because his vehicle is left out in the cold. Snowplower, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have all the other neighbors. Their houses are dark. Nobody's home. So they're all ravaged. They're all been murdered by Krampus for some reason.
Well,
and he does it quickly. He also does it really quickly. The storm happened.
Right.
They're like literally within hours. All those people are murdered and murdered and taken care of.
It's in the snow globe.
No, not to the end.
No.
You think the whole movie's in the snow globe?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes. No, literally.
It literally doesn't make sense.
Why does it not make sense?
So he puts himself in a snow globe?
No.
He puts himself, all his elves, and his helpers in the snow globe?
You remember the ending, right?
Yeah, no. I know the ending is this happy
all
ending.
of that happened.
That's where
I'm saying all of the snow globes in his house?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's because he kidnaps his family and puts him in a snow globe.
Exactly.
At the very end. So not in the movie. So he puts himself, which is in the movie,
which he can get out of,
in the snow globe.
He can get out of
He controls the snow globe.
He controls these alternate
If he puts families into snow globes, why don't you understand?
Then why would he bother putting himself and all of his elves in there just to torture them for like one night? And
because that's what he does.
Because that's what he does.
That's the whole premise of it.
It makes it even worse to me.
What?
Like you're like I might go down to a decent. That doesn't make any sense.
Why does it not make sense?
It's just the fact that
why would he bother doing any of that? That is not even any of his lore.
Because it's specific to the family that has lost the spirit of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he torture the neighbors who don't have?
He wouldn't do any of that.
Exactly.
Krampus wouldn't do any of that.
Which he didn't, because it's all in a fucking snow globe.
He wouldn't put him in a fucking snow globe. That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Krampus.
Why? Give
because that's not what Krampus is known for, going and treating kids that were bad.
Right.
So instead he tortured and kidnapped an entire family, and it does this over and over again. Including the one kid that was believed in Christmas.
Well, then
it doesn't. Toddler who didn't even have an opportunity.
So it wouldn't make any less sense for it to be in a snow globe for you, because your overall qualms with it is the whole premise of this movie is differing from the lore and history, because you're saying that it's only targeting a specific kid. Why torture the whole family? That's what he does in this movie, regardless if they're in or out of a snow globe.
So, but like, if he's torturing one kid, like, how do you think it's going to happen? Like, is he going to isolate the whole family and just take the kid and put him in his own scenario?
Yeah.
That's a bad movie. That is not interesting.
That's Krampus, bro.
Thank God Matt doesn't make movies.
Well,
Matt logic.
We get this polar vortex, and they can still drive around. There's no edge to their polar vortex.
You know what makes that
good distance?
Make sense? Them being in a snow globe.
I mean, I guess that makes a little sense. It doesn't make me like it, though.
Why though? I guess it's just a weird
that's your opinion.
To have. Like, he just isolated the family. Like,
maybe if there were like signs during the movie, besides them being in a
besides like the giant storm rolling in, and there not being any neighbors around, no traffic,
other times, and this never has been. Like, oh yeah, they were in a snow globe the whole time. Like, it wasn't portrayed well enough.
Let's just say they're not in the snow globe. Let's just say that they were sanctioned off
Right.
Then it makes no sense to me again.
Okay, right. All right.
But then I was like, it doesn't make sense that he would kidnap the whole family, including the infant who is an innocent.
Sure.
Right.
And I don't know. That just doesn't make me like the movie. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
All right. Well, I mean, again, the kid kidnapping or the baby kidnapping happens regardless.
Right.
I mean,
right. The whole family was inflicted in the scenario, but we also don't even know, so we don't even know how the snow globes work. We don't know how his power works. It didn't go into hyper explanations of every last thing. And I think that's where the rubber's meeting the road for you, is that you're really nitpicking like kind of everything. And so, because this movie,
all I'm saying is these are the thoughts that run through my mind while I'm watching the movie, and the whole time I can't enjoy the movie because I'm like, why the fuck is any of this happening?
Right.
I understand that the kid was like against the wishes, and he shows up, and I was just like, I don't know.
My thing, though, Matt, respect you saying that. Your opinion, got it. But that's like
someone
every
in here should,
fucking horror movie ever.
Right.
No.
What movie? What horror movie? You're like, this makes complete sense.
Right. Most of them, you're like, oh, this is killing people. This makes sense. Okay, this is it. They're thematically make sense, and you can accept certain aspects of it, sure. But this one just doesn't make sense.
You're not willing to accept those.
It's not that I'm not willing; it just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe if I rewatch it, and I thought the whole time they're in a snow globe, maybe.
Because that's the thing, is we never see anyone outside of their family. Period. Not a single character.
Nope, we do. We see the delivery man.
The delivery man. But that
and
was
we see
before
the dead snow guy.
So then you guys canceled your plan.
Was that before
So there you go.
Dead snow globe guy.
That makes sense.
Well, no, not
I don't know why those people got married. That is those. Well, but also the snowplow guy, or was he the snow? No, it wasn't the snowplow guy. It was the delivery guy. It was dead.
Right.
That is a mystery. I don't know why he got caught up in this family's turmoils. That is a whole plot hole for me. Is that why would the delivery guy die when it's the family's issue that are being worked out? But I will say, Marshmallow said that there's a director's commentary that I guess explains things.
Yeah,
maybe we should do that.
I mean, I am curious to see what they were thinking.
Well, they don't go out of their way to explain a lot, but that's also like, I don't need every last thing when it comes to mythical creatures. Like, I don't need everything explained because it is a mythical creature.
I don't either, and that's why, like, if it wasn't this like epic snowstorm that literally is like sub-zero temperatures, if it was just like, oh, Home Alone-esque, like, oh, all the neighbors are out of town, and so.
Which they mentioned that with some of them.
Literally,
they did say most of the people are gone.
Like in the void, when there's just like they can't escape the hospital,
right?
Because of the the cult people. If this movie was like, oh, these elves, these people have surrounded our house and we can't leave our house,
right?
I would have been like, cool, this conceptually makes sense. And instead, it's not that. And then the elves show up randomly for like 1.5 seconds, and they were just like, oh, we have these creepy elves, so we can show them off for a second. Like, I don't know. It's just
the elves showed up multiple times. They were at the end. They were at the very end.
Okay, yeah, after they're out of the house and all that. But like,
once
when
they
they're
show
in the
up,
house and the horror and all that, it was like, we're elves. We're here for 2 seconds to grab the fat one. That was it.
Well, and they're at the seance thing at the end when they go into the.
They're tossing him in the hole.
Yeah, after the end.
Short
At that point, I'm like, okay, I don't know. It just seems like the elves should have been even more relevant early on, kind of like circling the house, like I was saying. Because these are my notes. Like, if I was going to make this movie and make it better, I would do this.
Right. Well, I'm glad you did not make the movie, Matt.
Better for Matt.
Yep. Better for Matt.
Yeah.
I would have made a much more popular movie.
For Matt. And all the Matts out there.
Yep.
Yes.
All the Matts.
Yeah.
Well, and so even if it wasn't the snow globe thing, like I do think that he isolated the family and like that area. But like we said, there was technically collateral damage potentially with like the mailman, I guess, and the snowplow guy.
We never saw the snow. It was just an empty.
We don't know what happened, right? So and so really, there's only one person outside of the family we saw, the delivery man,
and he died.
And he did die, right?
Yeah.
But even if it wasn't in the snow globe the whole time, I think that the whole premise here was that like he was doing mystical things to that area, and they weren't explained. And I don't think, personally, like I said, I didn't need them explained, because I'm just like, he's clearly like affecting this area right where they live, and they're going through this scenario. Like, and that's the thing too, is we don't even know on paper all of the family members died, right? Like, they all died.
Every
single one of them died, but then they're alive in the end in the snow globe. So, like, there are parts of this magic that
you don't know if any of them died. They were all taken
and tossed down. At least 2 of them we saw tossed down an endless pit into fire.
Yeah.
True. That would be the only two I'd be like, they probably died.
Which they were alive at the end.
Was just taken.
I think it was supposed to be like inferred that they all met the same end because the grandmother said that they're taking people to the underworld.
Sure.
So I think that was the implied ending for everybody, but they were all then alive. Air quotes. We don't know if it's alive or what.
Yeah, we don't even know if he essentially, like, we don't know how the snow globes work. Like, for all we know, the kid could have been going through this, like, kind of isolated in his own experience of watching his but it's not even really his family. Like, he could have been abducted and put into the scenario. We don't know how the snow globes work.
Right.
Like, because clearly they're stuck in an endless cycle thing. So, like, but you clearly want everything explained and spelled out for you.
I just want to make sense.
It does make sense.
I
if
think
you infer things from the very last scene.
Sure. Of course. Well, that's what they want you to do. Like, they want you to question the entire experience.
Well, and the whole time I'm questioning why this is all happening. And then I'm just like, I didn't infer, and neither did Xena or my sister-in-law.
Well, your sister-in-law thought that the movie ended in a dream.
People
because
this movie.
Because he woke up and things were fine. I thought that initially when he first woke up as well. I was like, oh, it was all a dream. But as it goes through the actual ending and it zooms out, and it's so because everybody started remembering whenever he opened his present and found the bell, everybody started remembering the events of what led up, the night before.
They remember all their horrors that happened,
and then it's
up to that thing,
and it shows that they're
in their house in a snow globe for the rest of eternity. I guess.
But it's a happy place to be.
Right.
So
except you're stuck with a bunch of people you didn't like.
But they're all real nice
now. Yeah. They all get along now.
They're all super
They're all trauma bonded.
Right, exactly. Well, Life on Marshmallows says, based on his inflections and giggles, I get the feeling his intent was that they are being watched, not trapped, but he is fine with the viewer interpreting it differently.
Who's he?
I'm thinking he's talking about
Krampus.
Okay.
Oh, he said, okay,
Krampus.
I listened to the audio commentary and wrote down the Michael Dougherty,
or
the director had to say about the ending. If you're a cynic and you want a dark, messed up ending, there you go, where you have a perfectly nice family, which should have earned its redemption, is now trapped in hell. Then here you go. Or if you prefer the idea that the family is fine and they're just going to go about their lives with the knowledge that they are being watched and that they're in a darker, grittier, more ancient forces keeping tabs on them, that's fine too. So he left a lot of the end apparently intentionally up for interpretation, which also makes sense.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. So my qualms are with, like I said, I'm just a sensitive ninny whenever it comes to, I don't enjoy like this over aggressive negativity, and like it's overboard with like the family coming to visit. In-law or whoever they are.
Have you seen Christmas Family Vacation?
Yeah.
It is a lot heavier than this movie, in my opinion, as far as the family.
I think so too, from what I remember.
They kind of are terrible. They fucking hate each other. Like every member of that family is awful.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it doesn't.
I don't enjoy it
though.
But it doesn't change. Or in this movie, it changes. They start to get along. They even had political differences and whatever. They mend the fences.
Yeah.
They're forced to get along through trauma, turmoil, whatever you want to call it. And again, like I said, that's just the first half. You're like, once the trauma starts, all that's kind of out the window. It's just that initial lead up to Krampus arriving that is like, I really dislike that. It's just unenjoyable. I want friendship and happiness for everybody. Blah, blah, blah.
What I did like about what you're talking about, though, is that, so like when they show up and they bring the surprise aunt, like you could see them still being like, we couldn't help but bring her, like, we didn't have a choice, like, and I was like, that is a nice touch, because it wasn't just like surprise, we're shitheads like in Christmas Vacation,
right.
It was like we didn't have a choice,
right,
and so I really enjoyed the little tidbits that were like that in the movie,
right,
because I feel like that kind of brought it a little back down from being like, oh, they're just hate each other, to like a little more, well, we don't get along, but also we don't have choices in all these things.
Right.
I mean, you do. But also they weren't being complete assholes and turning away their aunt I think it was that showed up.
Right.
So
God,
respect
she
there.
was terrible. I love that actress though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I like all the actors in this. I thought everybody did a really great job. That's why I think all the acting is really well done in this movie. Like everybody, pretty much all the jokes work for me. Like there's not really anything that I didn't find like they
definitely wasn't overdone.
No, it's not overdone. It's appropriately timed, and like it's something to be really intense, and then they'll throw in a little joke.
Yeah,
and it's like, or they'll make fun of something intense happening, like the fat kid getting taken, or like whatever. Like they give you a reason to laugh here and there, or they'll surprise you and give you an emotional moment with a character that you've spent a lot of time kind of laughing about or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
I think that it has a good balance going back and forth between the comedy moments and the horror stuff. But then really where I think it really hits for me is when the grandma starts telling the story of the fact that she had gone through a Krampus experience before and survived it, and she knew everything that was happening, and it had happened to her as a child. And I really appreciated that. Now I don't know where y'all sit with that bit of the movie.
I could have used a little more from her. Her character felt a little underused.
Okay.
Because she just kind of sat and she was just like, well, nobody's going to listen to me, so I'm not going to tell anybody anything.
Right.
Even though, like, her grandson was, like, loved her, obviously.
Yeah.
And, like, they had that bond. She just seemed very much like, I'm not going to, because she knew. To me, it seemed like she knew the whole time what was going on, and she didn't tell anybody. And obviously when she did, the uncle was just like, you're a crazy, batty old lady.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, well, I don't know. Part of me was just like, I feel like she would have been like, oh, it's Krampus. And everyone would have been like, that's dumb, whatever. But like that never happened until she was just like, it's the Krampus and here's my bell.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a little strange. It wasn't like, I'm not taking points off for that. I just felt like they could have done a little more with that character.
I love her. I think she did. I think she was one of the better characters of the family.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I do agree with you to that. Like, I feel like she could have done more to try to prep them, but just every trope ever, and probably even real life, nobody would have listened to her. I mean, even like after funky things started happening, people weren't really caring that much. Like when your house is surrounded by snowmen and there's literally no one around, you're kind of, you don't think like maybe something suspicious is happening, but
and it all does happen pretty quick. And I think with the grandma too, I think they kind of intentionally buried the lead, right? Like with her, they didn't want to reveal too much soon, right? Like they didn't want to reveal that she knew what was going on.
But that also makes her the asshole.
It kind of does.
Kind of like, why not try to save your family some hardship?
Well, it's
but again,
partially that she knew that they would think she was crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I'm sure that was a big part of it. And she was probably like, well, this is going down. There's no fucking stopping it now.
Right. And so she was just like, I'll just sit by the fire. I do wish they did like something. Maybe I missed. I thought I swore this. Remember it for the first time, but I thought she was like, "We got to keep the fire going."
Yo, she did. She said,
"Okay, I missed it this time."
So that is
like,
the thing.
I thought that was something.
She tried to protect them, and she told them like, "We have to keep the fire going." And I think that was the thing too. You see her early on in the movie, in the first scene that we see her in. She's looking very suspicious at the family, and I think that she knew that this was coming.
Yeah.
And so, I think that she knew that they were about to end up in scenario with Krampus was happening because she heard them fighting and stuff coming through.
Yeah.
And now knowing that she's had that trauma and whatever, you're like,
I think she knew it was coming.
She's like, we're screwed, and this is a lesson that they have to learn.
Yeah.
And so I think that was part of it too. Was she's like, this family's fucked up. Like they've got a lot of problems.
Question, because I can't remember, even though I watched it earlier today. Was the grandma in the memory after he woke up? I don't remember her being in the snow globe scenario.
I don't remember that either. I don't know.
Maybe I just overlooked it, but I just don't remember
like
it
she
sticking
would be,
out.
but I don't remember. I can't distinctly be like, oh yeah, she was there and she said something.
Yeah.
Which, and for me, like I said, like there's even a part of me that, which, and clearly Michael Dougherty left it very open-ended, but it's like there's
Thank you, Marshmallow.
Part of that with this movie where I kind of feel like it could have literally even been a scenario where like he could have just been putting just the boy, like if he can create, he's clearly has a lot of magical power.
Spirit.
He's the spirit. It's kind of like almost think about like kind of like the days or like the Ghost of Future Past or whatever, those kind of things, right? Where it's like he could have literally, like the boy could have been experiencing this
on his own.
Right.
Like he could have been the only person in the family going through this for all we know. Like, and with it being so open-ended, that's kind of why I'm like, it is so left for I like that it's left open for interpretation. I get that you don't like it, Matt. It's fine. Like being open for interpretation. Like,
it is and it's not open for interpretation. Like I don't understand what you mean, guys. It's like open for interpretation. It ends with them in a snow globe on a shelf, all going, "Oh shit, we're fucked."
Right.
Like I don't think that's open interpretation. Open interpretation would be like, I don't know how you'd end that with the open interpretation.
Well, I think it's more so that it's the message of the story is still intact regardless of that, which is to be, you know, that it's the sacrifice of giving and, you know, family, community, that kind of a story. I think that's the main point of it is to, you know, he punishes people who have lost the Christmas spirit or the spirit of giving. So I think that's the overarching reason for it. The story is to preach that, not necessarily whether or not they're in a snow globe or not, or alive or dead. I understand that doesn't help the plot, you know, how the movie flows. But I think the story that it's trying to tell, or the teachable moment, is just, you know, family, giving, etc. But not that that's going to help your opinion of the movie at all.
My mind is almost like if it wasn't in a snow globe and they woke up and they all had the memories of it. On Christmas Day in their house and they were like, oh shit, we all need to be better to each other.
Right.
I would have been like, perfect. This message meshes because they're all like, we need to be better. People, very Christmas Carol like.
Right.
You know, the following day they're like, oh man, we actually love each other and that was fucked. But that's not the case in this particular movie with how it's portrayed. Or I mean, I guess it could be.
Because
Maybe
they're saying
they break out of the snow globe or something.
You know, there's the whole thing of like, potentially he's just watching them or seeing them through a snow globe, not that they're trapped in it. So they could be living their lives with the knowledge of the trauma events that happened as a lessons learned, but they're still able to live their life normally moving forward from there.
So Sin is saying that there is a graphic novel. I had no idea about that. She says they're not fucked. So she said, so the happy ending is they've got a second chance. He's keeping an eye on them. That's why they're in the snow globe, but they're not trapped there if they're naughty afterwards, though. And she said this is directly connected to the graphic novel. That basically explains all of that.
Okay.
So if you know,
so that's basically what I just said.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And if that was like portrayed in the movie, I would have been like, okay, cool.
I just want it spelled out a little bit more. Yeah. Because I mean, it's definitely
because the way I inferred it was that they're trapped in the snow globe.
Right.
And that they're now all doomed to live in a snow globe.
Well,
and it throws like so many questions and flags. I'm just like, so he's just
like
having families, nobody cares. Like, why wouldn't everybody in the world know? Because nobody knew about this Krampus guy except that families started disappearing.
Yeah.
Whole families disappeared on Christmas Day, and it kept happening. Like, this wouldn't be like a German grandma being like, oh, it's Krampus. I think the world would know that. Like,
it also seems to be a theme that he lets one person live because he gave the bell to the boy, just like he gave the grandmother.
Well, that's the thing is they didn't hyper explain all that lore, so it's kind of like, I mean, with him being mythical, it's kind of like, you know, for all we know, he could just do a thing where people forget the family or forget the family member or whatever. We don't know how that works. So that's kind of how I kind of interpret all of it. It is just to look at it like, you know, he's got abilities that we don't understand.
Right. Clearly.
And all this discourse to still say, I think it's rad.
You said 65.
That's
is that rad?
That's still a rad.
By the way, I did want to read. I skipped it earlier. I popped it up, but didn't read it. Quagmire did say that he thought that the ending wrapped up the whole movie. I think
Quagmire, did you think that there was actually like a crystal ball version, or did you think they were stuck in a snow globe?
Well, and like we said, Life of Marshmallow said in his review, Michael Dougherty said that he wanted people to just interpret that how they wanted, and then clearly did the graphic novel later to explain it more. I guess.
Did he do the graphic novel?
Yeah, his name is on it. Yeah, I went and looked it up. So I am going to check out the graphic novel. Sin, thanks for bringing that up. I'm definitely going to check that out because it does look really cool. The art looks neat, and they're selling it on the Amazons. So I will go and check out that graphic novel. That's really cool. So yeah, everybody, there is a graphic novel for this. But I did want to pull up your reviews because I have not done that yet. So we have 37 reviews for this movie in here, and I am going to refresh it just to make sure. And if you did not notice, this is streaming a lot of places. I watched it actually on AMC Plus, but it's on Peacock and Shudder and all those places as well, and then the paid places. But So we got Beach Dad gave it an 80% and said, did anyone else get Christmas Vacation vibes? See, Quagmire? See what I'm talking about? It is.
Stop saying that.
They were very much.
And that was an hour ago. I don't think we had mentioned it yet.
Right. Yeah, well, I don't think we had. But and then Joseph reviewed it as well and gave it a 66%. So I am curious to hear what some of your qualms were. And then Probably Toxic gave it an 80% as well and said that this was film number 18 on his 12 Days of Christmas. So you were blowing past that. Wow. And he said, how Christmassy is the movie score? An 89%. Yeah, it is very Christmassy. Yeah. If I had run my score, it'd probably be like close. It'd be
like 100%.
It'd be
because it's all about family and being able to like stay around each other, and there's Christmas in every scene.
That is the thing. There's Christmas in every scene. There's Christmas. Even the Nightmares Christmas creatures, which we haven't talked about, it's like the Gingerbread Man. Awesome. Like, what was y'all's favorite monster in this, by the way?
I disliked his companions, actually.
Oh, really?
Respect that they were practical effects, a lot of them, but I think that took away from how fucking cool Krampus was. Krampus was the coolest.
He's so cool. And that tongue.
So cool.
Ugh.
But like the Gingerbread Men, I feel like took away from it. I honestly I went into this not thinking or leaning towards comedy at all.
Right.
Maybe I would have a different score if I went into it where that's in my mind.
Right.
But I did not like the Gingerbread Men or the bear or the like robot thing. I felt like all those little toy companions.
Oh, I loved them.
I didn't care for them.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I really liked the Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
He was cool.
That was the coolest one. The other ones were okay.
The Angel is pretty funny. The whole scene where they're fighting and it's up in the attic, hitting it with the bat and all that.
Yeah.
I thought the gingerbread dudes were fun. That's one of those the kids like the gingerbread.
Yeah, the gingerbread are for the kids.
Like, yeah,
for sure.
Is. And that's a lot of it. Like there's some little bits like that. Like the freakiest one is probably the Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
and, like slithering
clown Jack.
Yeah, so freaking big.
Yeah,
just swallowing people whole.
And when they showed him and he's practical and the face is like opening up,
swallowing feet.
Yeah,
but then there's also like goofy parts where he's trying to get into the vent.
Right,
he's too fat because he's full of kids, and it's just like
going in the vent for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I guess he didn't want to
trying to get away. I think.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird because none of the other creatures were trying to escape.
Right, they're all in attack.
He was
like maybe because he had a kid.
That's why he was trying to get out and take them to where they take them. So yeah, that was my assumption. But and also Quagmire for Twofer said I did think they were trapped, but it didn't ruin it. And I kind of agree. When I initially saw this, my whole mindset was that they were just kind of trapped in the globe just to kind of relive Christmas and whatever. But they were fixed, right? Like they were all just not having all the problems that they had, and that he had kind of solved like their dysfunction, but it's like, well, hey, you got to spend it in purgatory, basically.
Right.
So, which I kind of think that's neat too, where it's like, hey, you aren't getting off scotch free.
Yeah, to me, like that, the different endings doesn't really change the movie as a whole for me, which is kind of weird. But I don't know. I feel like it doesn't affect the overall movie,
right?
Whether they end up in purgatory or if they have a happily ever after, if it was a dream, if they're just being viewed. Like I don't know. That portion of it doesn't really affect my score of the movie. Weirdly enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just a case by case. It depends on what your expectations are for this type of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back through again is so let's see. Yeah, I said Probably Toxic gave it an 80% as well. We got Philbs who gave it a 78%. No text, or 79%. No text, but still a high rat. I appreciate it. And Loquacious gave it an 88%. Said this is a great horror comedy holiday film. Yeah, totally agree. And everybody does a great job in it. I agree, man. That is one of the things I love about it is all the characters just seem really fleshed out and all have very distinct personalities.
Yeah.
Like they aren't, that is a lot of the problems that we've seen in a lot of modern movies is that like the writers write every character like the same damn person.
Except for the chunky kid.
Yeah.
He had zero character.
Right.
Really contributed nothing.
That was his personality.
That was his personality.
He was just a nothing bird.
I mean, they introduced him that way too. He's just like,
yeah.
He's just a fat tard.
Great acting though. Like kudos to that kid for his acting.
Right.
Like to be that boring is impressive.
Right. It is.
I did wish like one of the cousins would have disappeared first besides the sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just felt like
great.
they could have mined a little more like with the sister.
Right.
Instead of like the two girl cousins.
Well, I think the focus though, that's the thing, is on kids, and she was like that older teen. She wasn't even classified. She was more classified as one of the adults, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that was the mindset, is that the kids were in their own camp and she's kind of more viewed like one of the adults. She's the first one that gets murked.
Yeah.
Like she gets taken out first. So kind of lines up with that whole thing. The Hooded Man gave it a 70% as well. Said pretty entertaining Christmas horror comedy with excellent as ever Toni Collette. Yeah, really liked her in this as well. And it was surprising to see her. You didn't like her, Chris?
Well, I just don't like her in general. But I think it's because she's a good actor. I feel the same way about Joaquin Phoenix.
Right.
I dislike him because he's so good in Gladiator. He's such an asshole in that. Like I just don't like him because he's a good actor. And I feel like
an actor.
Yeah, I feel like Toni Collette's in that same camp where like she's too good at what she does, and it makes me dislike her for her.
Right.
Yeah.
And Maester P also in the chat gave this an 82% and said, as the credits roll Krampus, I felt a lingering chill mixed with a wry smile. I agree. And his review is very good. Definitely recommend going and checking it out. Bob Rogers gave it a 70%. And I really appreciated his review. And I did read that, dude. Now, Bookstore Thor, he wasn't happy with me. You know what? Just because you watched it, I'll give you a plus. Talking crap over here, I see, and throwing some shade about Jaws. I'll take it, Bookstore. But he gave it a 56%. But also, I would not pin this as like a Bookstore Thor movie. If you know him, I wouldn't be like, this is a movie he's gonna love. So
right.
I mean, now Eagle Thrasher gave it an 84%. Really dug it and was messaging us and actually sent us some super chats on the other videos. There's, I guess I don't know what they're called. They're not called super chats though. And was saying that he really loved this and was really happy to finally get exposure to it. My Dixie gave it a 59%. And then, and you know, in typical old grumpy old man fashion, you know, a 59%. But he didn't hate it, so I'll take it. I'll take it, my Dixie.
Yeah, it's over 50.
That's right, over 50.
I don't think anybody hates this movie.
Right, not me. I haven't seen anybody that hates it. Life on Marshmallows, we read some from his, gave it a 90%. Quagmire gave it a 77%, and we got a 90 by Jolly P, and we're getting into some of the older reviews here. But like you said, yeah, I don't think
still this year at least
anybody really hates it.
Nope, nobody's under 50. Huh?
Nope, not so far. I don't see any. I don't see any unless, because we're down to y'all's, unless, you know, even your sister-in-law, yeah, gave it a 57%. So yeah, there's no boguses or heinouses, which makes me really happy.
Yeah,
that says a lot. You know, I'm not going to shame people for decence and stuff. It is, you know, everything's not everybody's cup of tea. Now I am still a bit surprised. I would expect Matt to like this more just because you like more horror stuff and whatever. Yeah. But you do tend to hang up on certain times when nitpicks get in your, when it sticks in your craw, you can't get it out.
That's true. Whenever it happens, it's like sand in your pants. Happens, man.
I was wondering where that sand was going to be on your pants.
Gets everywhere.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Anakin isn't wrong.
And yeah, my Dixie says Gremlins is better, and you know, Gremlins is great. It's fantastic. I don't like it better, I don't think, but it is one of my favorites.
See, that's another one I hope I have time to check out this year.
You haven't seen Gremlins?
Not in a long time.
Okay.
It was like 12 years ago I watched it.
Okay.
It's been a hot minute.
We'll see if there's any nits to pick in Gremlins, Matt.
I don't know. It's an 80s movie, so those are wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's usually a lot of nits to pick in 80s movies if you want to pick them. So yeah, that would not surprise me in the slightest. But I think that's going to be it for ye old Krampus, and which means you guys know what time it is. And also before that, though, thank you everybody for dropping your reviews. Thank you for being in the chat and everything and talking about this and watching it with us. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out and let me know in Criticless what you think. Or if you haven't written your review yet or whatever, go ahead and drop those. I want to see them. And I want everybody watching Krampus at Christmas because it's a perfect holiday one. If you have younger kids, they will love it. I can almost guarantee you. My kids, like I said, it's become a tradition and my wife loves it. And honestly, kind of surprised me.
What do you think? Like 8, 9-year-olds?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, 9 because that was
definitely like there's definitely scary elements, like the mouth opening up in like 3 different ways, right? Or like Blade 2.
8 I think was how old Clark was when he saw it for the first time. So I would say, but he loves horror, so it's like it depends on the kid. If they're easily freaked out, he's not and absolutely loved it. So it depends on where your kid is, but I'd say like 8 or 9 is probably safe. But it is on the scarier end. Like it's pretty freaky for a kid's horror movie. So. Hey, Chris, we're not going to get into your semantic discussion about
Chris was like, this isn't even on a horror scale.
Right.
Yeah, literally. But it's super cool. I really enjoy the Krampus.
Yeah.
Actual Krampus.
Yeah.
Great.
He's super.
Really well done.
Yeah, totally agree. But it's that time, guys, for send-off song. And this is the part where we all send you guys off with a song, give you something to listen to because we all are always listening to things, and we are going to put the songs down in the Send Off Song playlist. And as always, if you do end up dropping a Send Off song in the chat, we will add it to our Send Off Song playlist in the Criticless Cast playlist as well. We've done that on multiple occasions. It tends to be that the old cave titties, caveat ties. He's
tied up with some electrical stuff right now.
I saw that.
Have any Mozart.
I saw that in the chat. Yeah, he tends to pop off with Mozart, but yeah, definitely drop some music if there's stuff that you listen to. And thanks, Thundarius. It was good to see you in here, brother. I really like to see you in the chat. But yeah, we're gonna send you guys off each with a song and give you something to listen to for the rest of the week. But Chris, what kind of weird shit you been listening to?
All of it. Now what I've got today is a song by Clippy, everybody's favorite Windows.
I know. I was about to
clip
say, is that
helps you with shit? Yep, I'm a millennial. And it's a song called "Pretty Little Things," and by Clippy. Pretty Little Things. It's got super hard The Smiths vibes. Check it out. It's a good time. I enjoy it.
Nice.
So Clippy is the artist.
Yeah,
Pretty Little Things.
Clippy. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Sweet. All right, Matt, what you got?
All right, so this is Tanzneed by Electric Callboy. Oh, it's Tanzneed. So it's NZN. How would you pronounce it? Tanzneed.
I have no idea. Electric Callboy's great though.
Doesn't matter. It's a great song. It's more metal than Electric Callboy normally does.
Okay.
There's a lot more like screaming and heavy guitars, but also a lot of like dubstep.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, if you're not
very
familiar,
like house dubsteppy from the
they do house metal.
Yeah, but this is like more metal than they normally do.
Sweet.
It's very fun.
Yeah, that's one. It's in their top 3 on Spotify. If you have Spotify, it's Tanzine's like the third most listened to one. So check that out with Electric Callboy. And if you haven't listened to them, they're good stuff.
Yeah, they're great.
So my song for this week is interesting. I've gone down a little rabbit hole. I do this in little chunks where I'll find like really interesting indie female-led like artists or bands or whatever. And I'm in this little loop right now where I found this chick. Her name is Sid Taylor, like SYD. Sid Taylor. Very oh my God. And of course I'm going to brain fart. I'll say it in a minute. But the song is called Heaven. And her name is Sid Taylor, like I said. And the style of music is Lana Del Rey. Thank you. God, my brain worked.
Okay.
It sounds a lot like Lana Del Rey. If you're a fan of that style and Lana, this is very Lana Del Rey. And Lana's kind of disappeared, so it's a good substitute if you want somebody new that's putting out stuff. I like this song a whole lot. Now I've kind of had it on repeat of late. So yeah, Sid Taylor and Heaven. If you like that type of music, definitely check it out. So, and yeah, Thundarius, I was going to say with you bringing up metal, Thundarius likes that type of thing as well. So
yeah,
he's in our camp.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so check out all that music and we'll add it to our send-off song playlist for all of you guys. But as I said, this is the last that we're going to be seeing of you guys until after Christmas. And the thing is everything is hitting on holidays. So we're going to have a Christmas Eve, Thursday, and then we're having a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day Thursday. So I don't know if that show will happen or not. We'll talk about it, let y'all know in a week or so. But and I have no idea what we'll be reviewing if that happens, or if we maybe do it on a different day, or what'll happen. We'll play it by ear. And I think starting into the new year, I want to do a thing, and we've mentioned it before, where at least once a month we don't do this format, and we do a version of the show where I bring in people from around the community, hopefully even some Criticless people, like folks like Thundarius and other people that do YouTube, bring y'all on to talk about a movie, potentially with some other people like Beardo and X-Wing and, the Monday Hangover crew, everybody over there, and Jay, just some of the people, so that we can bring in the Criticless community folks with some of these other content creators and just me and whoever, and bring y'all into the mix. It would be a lot of fun. So we should hopefully be doing that when the new year kicks in and start picking some other movies and incorporating you guys into what we're doing, because at the end of the day, Criticless is about you guys. That's the whole thing. And that's what we want with Criticless as a whole, is to put the focus on the users. It's about y'all, and to help start incorporating you guys into what we're doing. And I think that would be really fun, because you're already all dropping your reviews into the app and on the site. So we love that as well. But anyways, guys, I think that is going to be it for this show. And we will see you guys at the very least in the New Year's. So take it easy.
Later.
Later, guys.
Arrivederci.